This is Jonah Hill, and you're listening to the only podcast that matters.
If the houseboats are rocking, don't come a knocking. Throw gang, we are joined by the Raja of the Riblets, the Dollarita Don Dada, the Applebee's slinging, country music singing, cold one sinking, turn up tycoon. His girl must be nearby because he eating good in the neighborhood. The Squid Game Sultan, the 10-gallon Titan, the Big Boot Baron. He must be a horny WNBA player because he's big wet. Digital short but the money long, running in Manhattan but walking in Staten, the Fairway Pharaoh, the governor of the Greens. Call him Rick and Morty because he loves 18 holes. Country music legend, Big Wet. Big Wet, how the hell are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good.
Thanks
dude.
for having me. That was fantastic.
We appreciate you taking time away from Chef Life Restaurant Simulator to join us on the podcast.
So, I haven't actually played any of those games, but I've just been like going through the store and looking at like the new games that come
Like
out
the
on
App Store.
PlayStation. No, on PS5.
That's
These are video games that you have to buy that people play.
So you just want like the 30-day free trial?
No, I'm thinking about starting a Twitch and just to play all these weird games like Prison Simulator, Prison Tycoon.
That's much darker than Restaurant Simulator.
Well, Prison Simulator, if you read the description, is actually pretty progressive.
Oh,
it's
okay.
make the most rehabilitative prison possible.
We're trying to lower the recidivism rate.
Get more specialists in to help them even better and make sure it's like, oh, okay.
I like it.
But it's not like guys look like Sims. No, sorry, that's Prison Tycoon. Prison Simulator, you're a guard.
Oh.
And all of the screenshots of the gameplay are you looking at a clicker with like a guy in the shower and a guy in the bathroom.
So you're just timing their
I
like
think you're just timing them and like then beating
That's
them up
pretty
or
boring.
something. I gotta check it out. We gotta see what's
all right, twitch.com/Big Wet coming soon.
You already know
That's
what
why
the
you're
fuck
here.
going on.
You're here to promote your Twitch
here to pitch
channel.
the new obscure game
From a
Twitch
prison
channel.
tycoon to a podcast tycoon.
Yes.
We're
No,
so
the 10-gallon tycoon.
Oh, excuse me.
Hell yeah.
The first thing you want to do, Big Wet, Mr. Wet,
Yes.
if you're nasty, we want to do a little fit check. We're going to walk us and the audience at home through
Of
the
course.
totality of your fit today. The choice
Sure.
for you, sir, is you want to start top down or you want to go bottom up?
Bottom up.
Thank
Of course.
you.
Always.
Thank you.
Well, my boots are outside.
Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
Thank you for respecting my culture.
It's snow. there's
You almost slipped taking the roof pick.
Yeah,
Really?
It's
Big
snowy
wet
out
fall
there.
hard.
It's slushy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't see
it's not.
that.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy.
It's a wintry mix outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. As of right now, I got a spider.
Wait,
What are the boots, though?
The boots.
Yeah.
Oh, the boots were from that store on Mulberry that closed. Space Cowboy.
Okay.
The woman made custom boots. I had a wedding to go to that was like black tie, and I was doing like full black cowboy thing.
Sick.
And I needed a pair of black boots, and I couldn't find any. And I went in there, and she was like, I have a pair of custom boots that I made for Blake Shelton that like he never picked up.
What? So you and Blake Shelton share the same shoe size?
Yeah, they're a little wide, but
Okay.
they're pretty good. And she
Blake
was
Shelton
like,
skipped out on the bill? Or did he prepay?
What a
who knows?
dick.
Maybe he paid for half, but he never picked them up. Like she said, they were sitting there for like 2-3 years.
More like
And
Flake
they were
Shelton.
like $1,300 boots that she was like, "I'll give them to you for half price." And I was like, "Bang!"
Damn,
and they're
not a bad
I've had them
deal.
for like 6
Blake's
years.
lost, Big Wet's gain.
Yeah, great boots.
Flake Shelton in the building.
Yeah, for real, dude.
Spider Worldwide.
Yo, free thugger,
yeah,
dude. Free thug.
Exactly.
How are the Spider Worldwide socks?
They're
would you say?
incredible.
Yeah.
They're my favorite socks.
What sets them
other
apart?
than my Filsons? I like with boots, you got to wear thin socks.
Sure.
So I'm going with the Spiders. They're kind of like a dress sock. They're really nice.
Are they, I mean, those
they're
are
like-
pretty loud for dress socks.
Feel them, Lawrence. Feel them.
The material. I'll trust you. I don't want
Very
to
nice,
grab the
yeah.
dogs. Just met you.
Yeah. But these are really, really good socks. Wrangler jeans.
I saw when I was walking behind him upstairs a little
Well,
ass
dude.
repair situation.
Yeah, we always got an ass repair situation.
you're blowing out a lot of
always
bottoms?
yeah, always. I got a big back
Big-
end.
big dumper?
Yeah, big dumper.
Congrats, man.
As we like to say, a dirty diaper.
Yeah.
Diaper full of piss.
Big Wet's
Yeah.
big old dirty diaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Diaper full of piss. Episode
Usually
title.
use it to objectify like women, but I have one as well.
Right,
So it's a big old
right,
dirty
right.
diaper.
Yeah.
Belt buckle from
Beautiful.
this guy in
Damn.
got a boot star in LA, but it's from a guy in Texas.
It's like a mosaic.
It's abalone clay.
It's bigger than an iPhone. It's an iPad. You got an iPad on the waist.
I get stopped.
Oh,
My bag gets pulled every time I go through security.
Yeah.
They can take it out.
Wait, really? Like, out of the bag?
Yeah, because I have it in my carry-on, and it's like a giant metal weapon. And
It is.
You could cleave someone's
Yeah,
dome
you
with
could
that
do
for
some
sure.
real
it's
damage.
sharp. It's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
sharp.
You could take over an airplane for sure.
Yep.
Or defend one.
Guy of Kashmir. Shout out my boy Davide in Pasadena, mayor of Pasitano, the king. The new fucking Riviera.
Crown his ass.
Dude, that town is wacky, but he's the man. I love that place.
That's a nice looking sweater, brother.
Dude, it's
Are you going-
unreal. It's not even the full cash. It's like the blend. And it's
You going nips on cashmere, or do you have a?
No, I got a. What do we got? Ooh, Central College. Shout out the Central Dutch, where my dad went. In Pella, Iowa, where they make the windows. Central Dutch football team.
What do you mean they make the windows? What does that mean?
You know, Pella. Like when you see a new construction, you see the yellow Pella windows. That's the.
All right,
That's
shout
the
out,
only other thing
shout
in
out
my
Central
town.
C.
Other than Central College.
Did you go to college to learn how to like make glass windows?
I don't know what my dad did.
There might be a
There's like
pipeline.
a picture of him in like a mime costume with sideburns.
It's mime era.
But yeah, and then
Shout out to Pops.
Filson on the top.
I like that.
Love-
You're a Filson boy. Is there
I'm a
is
Filson
this
boy.
sponsored deal?
There's no official
Filson
thing
fella.
in the paper on paper yet. I've done some stuff for them.
Chatted.
We've done
What's
stuff for me.
what's the cowboy hat of choice? Is it a Filson?
No, they don't make the
Stetson?
cowboy hat. Stetson only. I mean,
Okay.
there's Resistol, which is a sub brand of.
Oh,
It
Stetson.
used to be a separate brand, but now it's within the same thing. They make it at the same place. So like,
Stetson's got a 10-gallon monopoly is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
sort of. I mean, unless you're wearing like a flat, you know, matchstick Coachella situation.
Yeah, right. Something culturally appropriated.
Yeah.
And what about the fucking panties, dog?
Panties, polo, always.
Yeah?
Just polo boxer briefs.
Horsepower.
Yep.
What about the hard one on
Oh,
the
yeah, let's talk
wristicle on the
Oh, we
middle
got
finger?
just some vintage silver pieces. My homegirl Gilly pulled me in LA. This is I think this is from New Mexico.
Beautiful.
It's fucking
I like
massive.
that.
Stuff, yeah.
Wait, and also we forgot about the jacket.
Oh,
outerwear,
right, the parka.
gloves.
That's a vintage. That's probably 8-year-old H2No Patagucci waterproof.
Pataguccinelli.
down. I mean, that's the classic.
You brought the wetness today. It's a bit of a wintry mix
It's
outside.
a wintry,
we appreciate
nasty
you.
mix.
What about the
Of
gloves
course.
though? With the gloves as well.
Gloves.
I think these are Columbia, maybe?
LL Bean.
LL Bean. Yeah,
Nice.
just a nice brown LL Bean.
And you're sipping on 3 cans of Diet Coke that you provide yourself.
I mean, it's 2:30, so
yeah, and some cookies. We forgot the cookies.
Yeah,
We'll munch
I
on them
brought
after.
you guys some cookies. Yes, my
We'll munch on
favorite
them
chocolate chip
afterwards.
cookie
Came
from,
through Baron. Guess what? How many cans of Diet Coke do you drink a day? Are you on
It
some Donald
depends on
Trump
the
shit?
it depends on the day. I mean, I don't drink coffee, so Diet Coke is my
What time do you have if
Caffeine
you crack
first.
your first DC?
first one. I try not to do before noon.
Right. The age-old rule.
But like
Yeah.
sometimes it happens.
Before the sun's yay high in the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
And
if you can't see it reflecting off the top,
that's
it's too
when you
early
know.
to
yeah,
drink.
you need to set it down and see where the shadow falls. Where are the cookies from?
Cookies are from Marlowe and Sons.
Oh, down on Broadway.
Yeah. No, I've never actually eaten a
They're
meal inside
gigantic.
of there, but the chocolate chip cookies are amazing.
Food's pretty good too. Do you
Yeah,
fuck
I've
with
never had-
diner or just the cook?
I don't
just the
really
cookies?
fuck with either of them, but I fuck with Marlowe and Daughters. I get all my meat there. I like it as a butcher shop and like as an expensive,
Yeah.
pantry situation.
a fancy
place.
boy pantry.
Yeah.
maneuver.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
can't spend less than $75.
Yeah,
on
get some
it.
I know
It's
it's
possible, but
Get
it's
some $25 chili crisp.
exactly.
Keep it pushing. All right.
I'm a real Brooklyn cool guy. I get my olive oil bottle filled up there.
Oh, okay.
Get your body wash filled up there. You know how it is. Big Wet. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this podcast. Turn up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, baby.
Yup.
You just dropped the newest, latest, greatest Applebee's banger.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
What's your go-to Applebee's order?
Go to
Break
Applebee's
it down
order.
for us.
So I actually, when I was in high school, I went to high school up in Riverdale.
Up in the
In the
Bronx.
Bronx.
Went
In the Bronx.
I went to high school in the
Shout out
Bronx.
to BX. Shout out French
I went
Montana.
to,
BX in the
private
building.
school up
Definitely
there.
the building.
And we would scheme like double, triple lunch freeze where we were just allowed to leave campus
Right.
for hours at a time. And so there was an Applebee's at the Cross County Mall in like whatever that is, Yonkers, I guess, but it's maybe past Yonkers. It might even be New Rochelle, technically. And we would just drive there and like get tanked before
Post
lacrosse
up.
practice and like eat Applebee's because like there's no fucking Applebee's in New York City. Like I
Right.
never had Applebee's
Times
growing up.
Square?
I'm like in high school.
There's like
Yeah, but-
Atlantic,
I
Atlantic,
didn't know about
Atlantic
it, you know?
Terminal, Times Square.
I don't think it was at there
Battery
when I
Park
was
City.
in high school, but yeah. So
This was the outpost.
yeah, so we're like, oh fuck yeah, like I see the commercials all the time. I want this shit.
I want
we
to
would
eat good in the neighborhood.
I would mix it up, but the one thing I like remember forever is my buddy Kurt Henlon would always get the quesadilla burger.
Oh shit. Okay.
What's that?
It's just a cheeseburger on a tortilla.
Oh, okay.
And the burger's too thick. The proportions are bad.
That's
Way
called
off.
that's called
It's
that's called
way-
fusion cuisine.
It's bad.
The
dude.
engineering
And he
was
always
fucked
got
from
it.
Jump Street.
He'd always be like, "This is such a sloppy mess," and he got it every time.
Would he have to shit his brains out immediately afterwards?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'd go there or Buffalo Wild Wings
Ooh,
in New Rock
B-dubs.
City,
Okay.
in New Rochelle, and then come back just like off a pitcher of beer, like 16, like blacked out.
going to math
I had
class.
like a deal with my lacrosse coach, kind of where like
You could
I
show up
wasn't
drunk.
understanding.
I was never going to play and I never wanted to play, and he knew that, and I was going to cheer really hard
Mhm.
and be a spiritual
You're an energy guy.
guy
Off
because
the
I was on a
bench.
football team and I was pretty good, and this was like I don't want to go to gym in the spring. So
Gotcha.
my
Go get
friends are on
fucked
the
up at
team
Applebee's.
and show up to practice like maybe a little, blitzed up and just not really participate.
Do you ever partake in the $2 mucho LITs?
No, I did.
That might have been a new.
No,
development.
they did it. They did the craziest. Was it Applebee's? It might have been Chili's though. In college,
Fuck Chili's.
my buddy went to Vanderbilt, and there
Unless
was
they
a
pay us.
Applebee's or Chili's on campus.
Fire.
That didn't check IDs, and it was like
Would they take meal plan?
2 for 1. Literally took the card. So the parents were buying these kids underage booze
Fire.
at the Applebee's, and it was like 2 for 1 Monday through Thursday.
Dollaritas, baby.
And but beers and the dollar, whatever, the drink. And everyone's fucked, dude.
off the
Blacked out on
Applebee's.
like their student card.
I'm
Their
getting-
parents.
I'm getting Zapplebeed.
Getting
Dude.
aided and abetted by
Crazy.
an institution of higher learning.
Yeah. And then it's like, Vandy, wacky place. A lot of coke, a lot of bad coke.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
from the guys that worked at Applebee's, I'm sure they were also just
probably.
fucking
From the
double
fucking-
dealing.
Yeah, from the line cooks, dude.
Yeah. Hey, you kids want a cocaine quesadilla? What was the
Sign me up.
What was the Applebee's bagel be? Like how much did they pay?
What can you say?
Applebee's Bagley. Well, I'm not going to answer that, but it was a good Bagglebee.
Yeah.
It'll be a better Bagglebee if they decide to rerun it in the summer
Ooh.
or on TV. Or
You have to
on the
redo the whole
radio.
thing though, right? Because the conceit of this one is
No,
that it's
because
like
they do the cheat day. Oh shit! I might be giving away top secret Applebee marketing plan.
Applebee's about to snipe your ass.
Pump the brakes. dog.
Apparently, the cheat day promotion also happens in the summer when
Okay.
everyone's trying to get a beach bod.
Right.
You're allowed to cheat.
Well,
a
beach
I
little.
don't know
Bodies-
if this is like undercover knowledge. We're just describing
Yeah,
typical. You know,
Also, does that
ebbs and
marketing
flows of
cycle?
society,
Yes, yeah.
You know?
Does Applebee's not know that beach pods are made in the winter?
True.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they start. Yeah, they
Abs
did it February
like
1st.
quesadilla burgers are made in the kitchen, though.
Yes. Exactly.
Shout out Applebee's. That concludes the Applebee's portion of the podcast.
Hell yeah.
How did they? No, it doesn't. I
No,
want to
never
talk more
mind. My
Applebee's.
bad.
Like, did they approach you or were you?
Yeah, there was a kid who I say kid, the guy's like my age.
There's
There's
a
a
marketing
guy-
executive
He's not exact. He was like a music supervisor for a
For
digital
Applebee's?
ad agency
Okay.
who represents Applebee's just for the digital marketing portion of their giant marketing budget.
Mhm.
They came to me and were like, "Could you make a song and a thing?" And then
Did they
Say
catch?
less.
Did they catch your fucking heat vapors off SNL? Or was a turn up on the weekend type?
No, I
type
think
of
it was
cat?
just like, the guy had a mutual friend and
Okay.
been following me for a while
Hmm.
and like had always wanted to do something. I did a similar thing with Hardee's back in
Damn.
the day.
You really carved out your own lane here.
Yeah. I've got my fast food, my fast sort of
Casual.
no, not fast casual. That's casual
Good-
seated.
good-
I need a
good-
fast casual in there.
A good food quickly,
Yes.
like your Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. I
That
need like
tier.
I'm more of a Five Guys guy, but
Oh, really?
really?
over Shake Shack.
What's
for
your
sure.
McDonald's order?
McDonald's order is two. Well, it used to be the number 2 meals, 2 cheeseburgers.
Mhm.
Right.
That
Did they
was
get rid of
the
that?
move. No, but it's just like a different number now. It's like 9 or something.
Oh, that doesn't make any
You
sense.
fell-
But it
That
was
makes
like
no
a
sense.
bowl. But it was just number 2 was 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, right?
No shit.
Come on, McDonald's. Come on, Ronald. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Wet. You are.
Although I have had the new quarter pounder, which
That was
was
it.
new like 3 years ago.
What is so
I've
new
had that
about
once
it?
or twice. They like make it. They like make it.
It's like
fresh.
never
Versus
frozen. It's
what?
never
Like,
frozen.
it's not
Like Wendy's.
sitting in a fucking
In a bin?
in one of those shelves. Like
Yeah.
they take a piece of raw meat and they cook it and then they
Oh.
give it to you.
What's your number one fast food spot?
Well, I'm counting down the days till April 3rd when Raising Cane's opens. in Times Square.
Oh.
That's a big get for
You're a
NYC.
Canes guy.
Definitely a Cane's
Canesman.
guy. I love Cookout.
Oh, me too, dude.
Cookout's
What is that?
Fucking fire.
It's a no seating, just drive through only.
Mid-Atlantic fast food. No, it's like cheap, shitty Burger King almost. Yeah,
it's a tray, so you're getting like a corn
it's
dog,
also
a burger.
so cheap.
Yeah,
it's
insane.
insane.
It's made for drunk college kids.
Yeah,
The drunk
it used to
drive
just be
there
in
and eat.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
And now they have them in like Nashville and Charleston and everywhere all over the South.
Is that why you're going to Charleston a little bit?
No, I was supposed to go to Charleston, but that's trip's no longer happening. I'm actually going to New Orleans for 2 weeks next week. And
I just got back on Sunday night.
It's going to be it's a little too long, but
2 weeks in New Orleans is a very long
I'm
time.
terrified.
Are you going to die?
Yeah, probably. I have back-to-back weddings of New York City guys that I grew up with.
In Nolans.
Yes, and I'm the only mutual guest. They don't know each other really.
Really? What are the odds?
It's astronaut. It doesn't make any sense.
Damn, you are the
March
space cowboy.
10th, March 17th.
Jesus
Back to
Christ,
back.
bro.
So I was
I'm
like,
praying
oh,
for you. Are you going to die of gout or just like cirrhosis of the liver?
It's more cirrhosis because like I figured out how to like eat not completely terribly
Down there?
You're eating terribly,
You're
but you're
better
not.
than me.
You're eating terribly, but you're not like eating so much like foie and crazy like heavy rich shit. Like,
Right.
I figured out a way to just like eat a giant po' boy throughout the day
Okay.
and survive, but it's going to be a lot of.
You're going to
booze.
you're going to hit Galatoire's and get a little racist?
I think that one of the rehearsal dinners is actually at either Galatoire's or Commander's Palace, one of those two.
Commander's Palace.
The wedding is at Brennan's.
Commander's Palace used to have a 10-cent martini day.
10 cent a
Like
dime?
in the 21st century.
Like on their anniversary, that's like, come on in for the old time. Yeah.
Jewels to the
Sick.
back.
Sick.
A martini for a dime?
Yeah, bro.
That should be illegal, literally.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, again, prayers up for
But I
Big
love
Len.
New Orleans, but yeah, it's going to be tough. It's
Yeah.
going to be tough. And also, like, I'm not going to be able to hang out with the couple that lives there because they're getting married the first weekend. So they're going to be like on their
And then
honeymoon or
and
something.
right.
So you're there by yourself for that?
So
week
Monday
between?
through Wednesday, I'm just going to be like
Just getting
alone
after it
in
alone.
New Orleans.
That is a dangerous combination.
You know what's fire? Apparently the World War II History Museum down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Take
Check
your
that
po'
out.
boy in there and,
Yeah.
crush a half.
Yeah,
and
get
learn
it to
learn
go.
yourself
Get
something.
a yardstick hurricane and just head in there.
hell yeah.
Yardstick po' boy to go.
Yeah. Wet, you are a hard man to pin down. You're crisscrossing the U.S. and international waters all the goddamn time.
Yep.
The few times that we were texting and kind of like missed each other, ships in the night situation, it's because you were blackout on City Island from Henny Coladas. Is pounding Henny Coladas on City Island the goated New York City activity?
No, but like definitely not. And I'm not like one of those guys. I'm not gonna like New York Nico and be like, you gotta.
Yeah.
No, like I never went to City Island. I was always like, oh, like a bunch of cops. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to go there. Like I'm gonna get like fucking arrested. Like I used to have like huge trauma from like smoking pot on the street and getting arrested as a teen
In the
and, like,
before times. Giuliani's New York.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, never want to go there. And then my buddy moved up there like a couple months ago.
Onto City Island?
Yes, dude.
Why?
He moved there.
He joined the force?
It's part of his brand. He's sauce boss, PJ Monty. Monty Sauce.
PJ. Yeah. The sauce
so
boss. He moved to City
He
Island.
moved to City Island.
Wow.
On the water. I mean, it's incredible. He's
Right,
like on the water. It's insane. But he's in a house.
Okay.
In like a nautical house. It feels like it's Manchester by the Sea, by the way. It's the whole. It's
Where you try to kill yourself. You can walk. Burned in a house
You
fire.
can walk the whole thing in 10 minutes.
It's one city block wide.
Yeah, there's
one road.
Yeah, it's cool though.
So you've been out there to see.
So
PJ?
I've been out there like a couple times, like Sunday dinner, like football, just go,
Sunday
and then we
sauce.
just like. Well, that's the thing is like we can cook, or you can go to one of these fucking like seafood emporiums, these giant.
There's like two of them, or now three.
No. There's 3 that are open in the winter.
Okay.
There's like 7.
That's just the whole
that are
economy in the
seasonal.
summer.
It's the entire thing.
Well, there's 2 at the very end, right?
Yes,
that are like
Tony Reef and like Jeff Clams or something like literally
Jeff Clams.
Jeffy Clams.
It's a first name and a thing from the ocean. That's
Larry
what they're
Lobster.
called.
That's the name generator.
But they're not that good. There's no alliteration.
Well, just like right. Oh,
like
the names
they're
aren't that good.
worse. It's Tony Reef. It's not like
yeah.
you know Larry. It's Tony Reef and like Jeff Clam. It's like really weird.
Could have gone with
and
Jeff
there's like
Jellyfish.
there's also. I mean, I'm actually not going to name it the best one there because then it's going.
Is it the black owned one?
No. It's but we can't. I can't even talk about it.
You're going to
because-
gatekeep.
You're gonna gatekeep
I
it.
have
Okay.
to. It's the most important place. This place will become one of the most important cultural epicenters in New York City if not the East Coast, America within the next 5 years. The content that will be coming out of this restaurant.
Okay.
This guy has a dream of like creating a movie studio basically out of his restaurant.
I mean, I'm sure we could guess the name.
Well, just
You can't find it. You literally can't find
Bobby
it.
Seagulls?
No, you literally can't.
Okay, damn.
Because it's a 300-person restaurant that no one's ever in.
How are they still active and open?
Because it's a money laundering
I've
scheme.
gathered that he grew up wealthy
He's
in like
connected?
the 70s. No,
Okay.
he like went to Fordham Prep and like grew up in Westchester and he had this like big house. And I think he's just like spent everything he inherited.
By
to keep
movie
this place
studio,
open.
is it like he's going to be turning out TikTok content about running a restaurant?
Yeah, he wants to shoot a show within his restaurant. It's a whole thing. It's
Okay.
really sick.
Fire.
We gotta move it because it's
We got to move up to City Island.
I was saying we gotta move on because I can't.
Okay.
It's too good. I've said too much.
Okay.
How good are the henny coladas at this place that you're
So,
gatekeeping?
well, henny coladas you get at Seafood City, which is like the big all year round one that's dope. That looks like a prison commissary. It's like, like the kid, like
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah.
like it's like there's like lines to like where you have to walk to go on the ground and like go this way.
There's a guard playing you can play a seafood emporium
Yes.
simulator.
Yes, exactly. But it's also it's not cheap at all.
How much is
like-
henny colada?
Henny colada is like $18
I mean, it's
or
in New York,
$20.
regardless. City
Yes,
Island.
but also like
anyway,
3 little like shitty like frozen lobster tails like fried with some
Right.
French fries is like $47.99. Like it's crazy.
I
It's
mean-
like everything is taxed crazy up there. But yeah,
You got
it's
a BYO roll,
black,
baby.
Yeah, you just black out up there. It's wacky.
Well, you spent a few
Sundays, yeah.
Sundays up there.
Mhm.
We were also talking about doing this podcast. Unfortunately, with the weather and the timing, we couldn't do it. But we were
On the
thinking of
pontoon
doing this
boat.
on the
Yeah.
pontoon.
Yeah.
What's a typical day out
Day
on
out
the
on the
houseboat
pontoon
with
boat.
big wet looking like?
I mean, dude, we get the pizza oven going on the porch. We get a little wood fire going
There's a wood fire pizza
Makes it-
oven on the pontoon boat.
next to the pontoon
Oh,
boat.
okay.
We
So
got a
it sounds like a
charcoal
fire
grill. We have a
hazard.
charcoal grill
Right,
that
right.
actually swings out that you can light on the pontoon boat. It swings out on the side, and you can
Just get some steaks going.
never use that once. It's not even attached. It's not even attached to the boat, but it's like in the garage somewhere. But yeah, pontoon boat go out on Lake Wakabuck.
Oh, I've been there.
Yep.
Isn't that where they filmed that scene in The Office?
Oh, I don't think so.
I'll do my Googles real
Maybe.
quick.
That sounds crazy.
Wait, so is it a houseboat, pontoon boat?
Pontoon boat is just a flat piece of fucking.
So nobody
wood.
lives there.
No.
We were under the
It's-
impression
it's
that it
an
was a
open-
houseboat.
No. It's an open, just
It's like a
flat
platform.
piece of wood on like 2 pontoons with like a
Right.
25.
So if the
horsepower
flat
motor.
piece of wood is a rockin', don't come a knocking.
yeah, sure.
Got it. Okay. So what's
I thought you fucking lived on a boat.
so what's the itinerary?
On the pontoon.
Yeah,
boat?
just give
well,
us some-
Lake Wakabuck Day. I
Yeah.
mean,
What do we get into?
if it's warm enough, we're gonna go for a swim, take the boat down to the other
Whether
end
we
of
got
the lake.
trunks on or not.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Sure as hell jumping in. There's a big, scary, like 38 to 45 foot rock, depending
I
on the wind
love a
level,
little cliff jump, cliff
called
dive.
Castle Rock.
Mm. Castle Rock Entertainment.
Yep.
Shout out Steve Bannon.
Not the same, but where Robert Reich has said that Reich.
I hope it's not Reich,
Yeah,
dude.
Reich would be scary. Sorry.
Robert Reich the third.
Yeah, he
Yikes.
claims that he's like that short because he jumped off Castle Rock too many times. It's like
Is that how-
it's a
is that how it
really
works?
high
In
jump.
fact, it
It's a
stunted his growth.
It's a really high jump.
the impact is made him shorter.
I've seen like
That's a lie.
2 people break their
Vertebrae?
tailbone.
Oh my
doing
God.
it. Yeah,
Jesus
it's high.
Christ.
It's very
you
high.
gotta clench your asshole so you don't accidentally
of course.
douche and like
Yeah.
drown from the inside.
No, that would be bad.
Okay, so
Yeah.
some's breaking their tailbone, jumping off Castle Rock.
Yep.
That's happening.
We're
For
breaking
sure.
ass off rip.
What are we
you know,
drinking out there? What are we doing?
He's drinking beers, but also, I
Claws?
like
Any
to make a
coladas?
little. I'm more of a noon guy than a claw
A
guy.
nooner?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
really like the malt. The malt
Right,
doesn't
right.
agree
The
with me.
noons are clean.
Yeah, they're
Noons are
they are too
clean.
clean.
Yeah.
My mom is such a nut. She goes, have you had that lime one? And I go, yeah, it's pretty good. She goes, it's really good. Well, I don't like vodka. She says, it's really good with vodka. And she's like, it's literally mixing
Let's
a
put a little
mixture with
floater.
as like instead of seltzer. I was
Mom's a
like,
noon goon.
Yeah,
Yo.
she's a noon goon for sure.
So she's going to be there. She's a good time. for
She's
sure.
a good time. Yep. Michigan, rah
Right.
tailgating maniac.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Loves,
So-
loves the booze.
Yep. She'll make a cocktail. She likes to, she'll make like a little sort of grapefruit juice style kind of margarita situation.
It's healthy. It's grapefruit juice.
Yes,
Are we
exactly.
busting out an acoustic guitar? Are we jamming?
No,
What
I
else are we
can't play
doing?
guitar.
Okay.
So, you know,
Well, I would
the
say
music
anyone.
thing was like kind of by accident. Like I was never a singer, like trying to
You
be
do
a
have the
singer, like a
dulcet tones.
trained singer. Like I've never taken
The lesson.
no, I took like piano lessons when I was a kid. Like
How are you on the ivories? Trash.
I took piano lessons for 8 years. I can play clocks. And that's it.
Is that your party trick? You just bust
Yeah.
out the Coldplay?
Clocks, yeah.
Wait, so what are we jamming then?
Back then,
No, on the pontoon.
Yeah. What's on the
Oh.
playlist?
well,
Set the scene.
sometimes. So if I forget the chord, then
Then
you
it's
got to listen to
sing-alongs?
the radio or
Oh.
whatever CD is in the CD.
So
player.
104.3 maybe gets
104.3, you get up there, you get a 101.1, you know, you get some of that good stuff. There's actually a
10-10
there's like
wins.
a Hudson Valley country station that's
Oh,
pretty
shit.
good. That's like 102.3 or 101.9 or some shit.
Just hit scan.
Yeah.
We'll find it.
98.7 is good.
What CD do you think is in the pontoon right
There's it's weird. It's
It's like high school mix-
No,
mix CDs?
it's like my dad. It's like
Big wet pussy jams.
Riders on the
03.
Storm or some shit. It's
Oh,
like
dude.
it's some
That's
wacky like
foreboding.
yeah, it's cool. It's not Riders on the What's the name of the
That's the door.
Riders
They're
of
like-
Valkyries, the
no,
Apocalypse Now
it's
shit,
something
but on the
neither
pontoon.
of you have ever heard. It's like guys singing like a cappella country, like howdy doody, like 30s music. It's
Well, that's
fucking
not Riders on the Storm.
no, but they're called Riders in the Sky or Riders.
okay.
That's that, not the song Riders in the Storm. What the fuck are they called? It's weird shit.
Sounds like we need to switch that shit out though.
it's fun one. You put it on and then
hits?
you switch over it.
Yeah,
Okay.
after 5
And
minutes.
then you go back home and get the cord.
Yeah, get the chord.
Yeah, the chord seems like too important to forget. FYI.
Exactly.
What-
You did- yeah.
It seems like you have you're just homies with everybody, and I can see why. And I'm actually surprised that we're not homies yet until today. I'm sure you've had quite a few number of guests out on the pontoon or just at Shea Wet, but like you're also homies with a lot of celebs. Who's the most fun celebrity just to hang out with?
The most fun celebrity to hang out with. That's a good question. I have a pretty good time with obviously a lot of these people are through Pete Davidson.
Your boy, the broski.
Me and Dirt Nasty.
Oh,
really?
Simon Rex.
We have a pretty good time. I
He
mean, all of
seems like
us
a cool
together,
dude.
all of us together have a great time, but he's I've known him since before his
VJ
his
stint?
no, not since back then. I would
Before
been
like
high school. That would
Red
have
Rocket and
been
shit.
scary. Before the recent
The Rexaissance.
ascension. Yeah.
As like a serious actor with real chops.
we were like flirting around with like doing a song back in the day.
Oh, shit.
He's,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
a fun
dude.
guy.
He's rapping with Andy
1980.
Milonakis.
Oh yeah. Andy Milonakis. That's the
and
one.
Riff Raff.
Yep.
Yeah?
What was
Riff
their
Raff.
crew called?
Dyslexic Speed Readers.
Okay.
DSR.
Hell yeah.
Not to be confused with the previous group, which was what was the one that was him, Andre Legacy, and Mickey Avalon. That was the
Oh,
first
right.
one.
Well, because he wrote My Dick for
Yeah,
Mickey Avalon.
Yeah, dick.
Which I
It's
saw.
big wet. No
I
dick.
saw. Well, I was like 16, maybe. I was like so excited, like I'm gonna get into this, like Andre Legacy, Mickey Avalon,
Right.
Dirt Nasty.
They seem
show.
cool for sure. When
And
you're
it
a
was at
child.
Knitting Factory downtown, and I got in with like a fake ID. It was like an 18 and up or 21. It must have been 21 and up. He opened Simon Rex. I honestly did not know him at the time. I was in high school.
Right.
He like put the microphone out like as his dick and like put a line on it, and like one of his like backup dancers like blew it off
Fire,
of like the mic.
This is why I was
cock.
21 and up.
And I was like, this is
is
adult-
my hero.
This is the dopest.
I need
place.
to become a country music
I
star.
need to get into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
chasing this
Simon
dream,
Rex.
But Simon Rex brings the yucks.
Yeah, dude. We get some good laughs in.
He seems like a thoughtful guy too. Just
definitely,
like
yeah.
good advice.
We got to hang out with Pesci a lot this fall. That was
Oh,
pretty,
really?
pretty cool. Yeah.
What's
I mean,
Pesci like, dude? Because he's
I mean,
old
he's-
as fuck now.
Yeah,
right?
but he's like
so
the
small.
coolest guy.
You put
I
him.
mean,
You put him in your pocket.
he's tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, he's tiny. He's literally like up to here.
Yeah.
But he's
At
like
most.
the dopest.
Does he
guy
just
ever.
like still command the room?
Yeah, everyone's like scared, like kind of quiet, like sitting around, like waiting to see what he's gonna say, and like you don't want to like push too
Right.
hard. But then like once I got going with them a couple times, like I need to ask you a million questions.
Do you have
Yeah.
Pesci's number in your phone?
No, I don't. But I have his manager's number, Jay Stefan, who's a complete psycho, also
For sure,
legend. Just
Let's start
like
a group text
Hollywood
with
guy.
Let's start a group text with Jay Stefan because we need Pesci on the
Yeah.
pod.
Jay Stefan is
was
also a good time.
What was the most burning question you had for Mr. Pesci?
Well, he was like alluding to he was telling me stories. I think we were watching football and he was like, that kid's a really good golfer. He plays in my golf club. And it was like Joe Hayden or some shit.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh yeah, like do they gamble a lot? Because like I just want to know about that kind of like the dark shit. And he goes, no, but like Michael Jordan did. I'm like, oh my God, yes, please tell me you have a Michael Jordan gambling on the golf course story. And he proceeded to tell me this like unbelievable story about like
big bucks too, I would imagine.
Yeah,
like,
and he's
Jordan
like,
doesn't get out of bed.
He's like, I don't gamble. He's like, I don't gamble. Like, I'm not a gambler. It seemed like he was
he's
not
a good
interested.
actor, so you gotta
he is a good actor.
keep that in mind.
Was he going head to head against MJ?
No, they were in like some celebrity thing, and MJ kept like saying like we're playing for this much, and he was like, I don't want to, and then he just kept like shoving money in his face because MJ kept losing. It's like classic, That's how he got his,
nature
how he got his
of the
dad
goat.
killed. Did that doc come out yet? The follow up about how he got his father killed.
I think that's like kind of
that's the rumor.
known.
Right?
No,
but there was another
like,
doc that was coming out
after The Last
like,
Dance.
Yeah, that like more recently that was like a not sanctioned by anyone, unauthorized. Like this is what we think.
Michael
like,
Jordan killed his
kind of like a one of those like
debts.
Trumpy docs that came out on iTunes.
It's probably on YouTube.
Yeah, it's exactly.
So like the loose change about Michael Jordan's dead dad.
Yeah, I want to know that because that's the craziest story ever.
You think Pesci knows?
Pesci's got to know.
No, he doesn't.
Where the bodies are buried.
He doesn't know where that body is. No, dude, that was Michael Jordan's dad was. It was a carjacking. He was executed like 100 feet from the car or something.
Yeah,
like
I think
wild,
it's like
bro.
kind of out there that there definitely was like a gambling loose attachment to it.
I'll give you a good not a real celebrity. Because like celebrities interesting, like celebrity people are famous objectively if you look at like how much they're talked about and stuff. But like people that I have watched from afar and been obsessed with for a long time, like that's more like a celebrity to me. And speaking of Last Dance, it reminded me of the OJ 30 for 30 series. Yeah. So this is like just a completely separate wacky tangent. But I used to bartend when I was like 19 at Dorian's. Upper East Side, like the preppy killer bar. And we had this guy who was like the head bartender who trained us, this guy, Keith Salamshowitz, who's like painted black goatee, like we're going outside every 10 minutes to like smoke a third of a cigarette and put it out.
Pretty for later.
We had a uniform. We had to wear like a button-down Oxford shirt and khakis, no jeans, like tucked in, no hats, no facial hair. And he would always like have this like Corona hat backwards. I'm grandfathered in. You don't wear a fucking hat and you don't fucking wear a beard. Yeah,
right.
Like, okay, you've proven your point that like you matter a lot to these people. And he would always tell us, fuck, I can't even have it. So he would always tell us, I was fucking Nicole.
What?
And we're like, Nicole who? He's like, Nicole Brown. I was fucking her. And we're like, what is this crazy old man talking about?
Weird flex.
We're 19. We don't even know who OJ Simpson is. We're 19.
I'm just trying to get some ice.
I don't remember OJ Simpson. Like, I don't remember the chase. Like, I know about him culturally because like all the weird shit, stealing his stuff. But like, I don't know.
Selling the Heisman.
I don't remember the story.
Yeah. And
he's like, I was fucking her. And I was the one who was supposed to get killed. And we're just like, wait. So we're like, no, this is how we react forever. We're like laughing behind the guy's back. Dude, that show comes out.
30 for 30.
Second fucking episode or third episode. He's the whole episode. He's the guy who she was fucking, who's like, I saw him through the window. He gave me one of these. Rob Goldman was my busboy. I sent him because I knew he was going to be there trying to kill me. Like, he was actually the guy.
He was supposed to be killed.
So this guy was like the guy who taught me how to bartend at like 19, like the scariest guy.
Yeah.
And then
supposed to be murdered.
He got like a DUI like the day that OJ got out.
Oh no.
It was crazy. Dude,
it's all connected.
Oh, dude.
What
he's just probably scared. Oh, he's a legend. He bought when he retired from
bartending.
Dorian's, he bought a sailboat with Graham Lloyd, the 6'7" Australian lefty bullpen pitcher from the Yankees from the 90s.
Like they went halvesies on it?
Yeah, because the Yankees all used to hang out at Dorian's in the 90s. Like David Wells famously was at Dorian's until 5 o'clock in the morning,
he was still drunk,
blowing it down until it was a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah. Before the perfect game.
Yeah. He was there all night.
It was Beanie Baby Day that day.
It was also CYO, My Little League, everybody goes to the game day. Like,
so wait,
literally, like 150 kids. No, I was not, because I was like, I'm not going to this game with 150 kids. Literally everyone I know and everyone of their friends was at that
Your
game.
greatest regret, I would
Wait, so
imagine.
David Wells.
It's up there.
David Wells.
I saw the
was-
cone one. I was at the cone
shit.
one.
Oh, really?
So that
My
was
brother was at
pretty
the David
cool.
Wells
Yeah.
one.
Sam, so you could have been at 2 perfect games?
There was like literally 30 kids in my school who were at both because they were both like the little league outing day, like Sunday day game outing day.
David Wells was just doing blow until 5 a.m. I didn't know he was doing that much coke. I knew he was hungover.
No, I mean,
Big
if
drinker.
you went
That
to,
dude's a tank.
if you were spending time at Dorian's after 3 a.m.
Yeah, you were. It was snowing.
Now you're
Blizzard.
yeah, you're snowed in.
Looks like my balcony
It's a
outside.
lock-in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a snow day.
Okay, so these are the kind of people that matter to Big Way.
Yeah, so like a Keith Salamswitz, like no, like that guy's important. Like that guy's great. I mean, do you guys know who David Bongiasca is?
No,
No.
who's that?
Like the first time I saw him, the only time I saw him in person, that was like the most like
Who is-
starstruck crazy I've ever.
And who is he?
David Bongiasca is a guy. He might. I mean, honestly, he might be dead because
Do
like
you know the Diet Coke before you get into
yeah,
this?
I actually do.
I'm gonna
'cause
grab
like
you. I'm gonna grab
parched. David Bongiasca is like the son of some construction magnate from Italy
Okay.
who is or was, I don't know if he's alive or dead. The dad, he was a billionaire. He grew up in like 740 Park. He's like 50, probably 45, 50. He was like a generation above the guys who were like a generation above me. So like the guys that like I went out and fucked around with who were like a little older than me, like
They'd be like,
Vince
"Yo,
Crookshank, Uncle Paulie, those
this
guys.
guy was a legend.
He was a torch passer to them, but they were all like these graffiti guys from Queens, all these like smart crew guys and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just this like rich kid who was like 25 when they were like 16 bad kids, having them over like, yeah, come to my dope apartment Park Avenue and like fucking smoke dust. I don't care. Like my mom's in fucking the Hamptons or whatever.
Who's the OG?
He was the OG guy. So then he got like crazy cracked out. I guess none of them ever heard of him. I never knew who he was. He's 20 fucking years older than me.
He's a
50 years
ghost.
older than me. Like 5 years ago, Uncle Paulie
Shout out Uncle Paulie.
calls me and he's like, yo, because also like I love like sharing just like weird guys on the internet.
Yeah,
Like that's what brings me and other people together. Like that's how I was listening to an episode to try to like get ready for this just to see
Thank
what
you.
the vibe was. And I was looking through a lot of people I don't respect that you've had on here. So like it took me a while, but also some homies. So I listened to the
That was like you really feel
Jack Wagner. Well, I listened to the Jack Wagner
Shout out Jack.
episode and you guys talked about, people that, your worst and your best. So that's why I brought that up.
Respect.
But I listened to his app and the way that like I got to know him and Brandon Wardell was just through like Wardell first was just through like sharing weird guys on
Right.
the internet. Like we never met in person. We were just like
the
I think
weird
you
guy
would-
exchange.
I think you would like this guy. And then he's like, oh, I think you like this guy. And so like when I went on their pod, we just talked about
Guys.
weird guys.
yeah.
Which is why I don't want to like repeat the whole thing.
No,
but,
it's
like,
fine.
we talked about like Eddie Shipek for like 30 minutes and like called him and like, I don't know if you know who that is, but
No.
it's like a weird
There's a
internet
lot of
guy.
weird guys
A
apparently.
lot of weird internet guys that don't
Yeah.
have a big following
Damn,
that we're
we Big
obsessed
What's
with.
top
but-
weird guys.
Yeah. So back to which weird guy was I fucking talking about?
David
the
Jama-
Dust
Oh,
OG.
so fucking,
Jambalaya.
so David Bongiasca, Paulie's like, you want to see like a crazy meltdown live? Like you got to add this guy on Facebook. It was
Oh,
like
no.
Facebook. I don't think it was even Instagram.
Right.
Maybe it was Instagram. He was doing Instagram, but I think it was Facebook. And this guy is like holed up in like some suite at like SLS in LA or something. And he's like full tweaking, naked, flipping his dick. Like my brother stole my dick. The CIA has my dick. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. Look at this thing. This isn't mine. This is too small. And he's like tweaked. And I'm like, this is unbelievable. Can't stop. So we
a
then
great
lock
dick heist.
a bunch of us just like start following him. And he's it's like dark, but it's it's the best show on TV.
Right.
He's
The
alone.
greatest show on earth.
He's alone in this house with these little like Pomeranians that he pets too hard, kind of like Vice and Men style, like
Yeah.
brushing them really hard.
God,
And he's
Reverse
doing-
petting.
He's doing dabs and he's drinking methadone, and then he's popping a perk and he's just spinning around in circles listening to music in this house full of crap. But he collects crap and he's a hoarder. And then since then, he has recorded music, put out music.
Ooh, what's
which
the
is just-
genre?
It's just covers.
Bangers?
Really. It's like auto-tune rap covers.
Awesome.
Auto-tune is it covers of rap songs?
Yeah, like he'll just like he has like a version of Don't Like. With like that's just him doing Don't Like.
He's got great taste.
He also has he has a tattoo that says Cuz Gang and Cuz. So his nickname is Cuz. So it's
He
usually
repeated the face tattoo?
yeah, cuz gang and cuz. So
That's
he's
quite
like
redundant.
he's been like cuzzy, cuz gang, cuz guy. Also, he's had like 7 Instagram accounts since we started following him.
Because they all get taken down, I'm sure.
No, because he forgets the password. So you go to the when you haven't seen him for a while, usually go to the old one, and then in the comments he'll have commented from the new one, like this is my new Instagram.
Right.
But
Cuz
no one
gang
has
4.
but no one has been able to find the current for like 6 months. It's like
no. So he's
maxed out.
Or like in a facility.
And the Pomeranian's like ate his body.
The families may no, because he has like a driver. He has like a guy that checks on it. He's like that rich. Like he's a 50-year-old trust fund kid who's like, but like a baby.
A trust fund man.
But he's like a baby too. Like he's so
Finding those
dope.
people mid meltdown
He's
is
so
like
dope.
a very definitely 2023 like phenomenon that is like you cannot. It's the modern day train wreck. You can't fucking look away.
Oh, but so anyway,
and they're putting themselves out there. On
we were
that.
following him for years, and PJ and my friend Sean, Eddie Eddie by Billy Tommy. You know Eddie Eddie by Billy Tommy?
No.
The dope sweaters that are like one of one, amazing stuff.
Okay.
Shout out Sean Kinney, amazing designer. They were at some like bad Gunna show, LA All-Star Weekend, like 4 years ago, like downtown LA, Sunday night of All-Star Weekend. Like it's not
Stragglers.
the move. Like no one's even there. It's done. It's dead. Gunna didn't even perform. Gunna left because there were like 40 people
He's
there.
like,
He was like,
"Fuck
I'm not.
this."
Oh my God.
I don't need the paycheck. I'm leaving. He's still like not that huge at the time, but like
Bigger than
You
40
want-
people.
yeah. PJ and Sean call me. They go, "Oh my God, Cuz is here." You need to come. And I'm like high, like on the couch, like with Branches, and I'm just like, "Wake up, like we need to go." He's like, "I can't get up." I'm like, "I gotta go." So
It's Cuz gang.
Get there, dude. We're watching him. It's like, oh, you have to see. This guy's
Jay
also
Goodall watching a
like
gorilla?
my size. He has the game. You know the Jesus piece album art that's like the stained glass from the game.
Yeah.
Jesus piece. He has that. His whole torso tattoo.
Wait, was he shirtless at
Colored
the
in.
event?
No, but like he has the whole thing tatted on his.
Was he
entire
shirtless?
Torso. He wears like Versace button downs open.
Oh, okay, right.
Is
to show off the
he-
He
Jesus
has.
piece.
He's my size, and he has like a bleach blonde ponytail.
Oh my God.
And the two
dude.
Cuz gang and Cuz, and he's like a
And he's
billionaire.
50.
Yeah, and he's like a billionaire. Yeah, it's insane.
Does he get hose?
So like one of like the really, compelling parts of the show, of watching that show that was his life, was he would get into these like, he would talk to the phone as if like there were millions of people watching.
Right.
that.
And how many
he would
people were on the live?
and he
Like
would
six?
he'd say to like the girl, like he would have prostitutes over and he'd be like, see, there's like fucking like 80,000 people watching right now. See, like, yeah. And it'd be like, what? Like, it's just so warped. And he would like then get into these like public beefs with the escorts that he was seeing that were just like out of control. And then he found like the one,
Oh, wow.
and they were like
He pretty
wifed
womaned
up
it.
for a while. And then it's just the saga is forever.
The
There's
saga
been so many
continues.
turns.
It's a never-ending story.
You should upload to like the Patreon. I'll find like an old Bongiasca, like classic Bongiasca clip, and you can like link it in there just so people can see what he looks like. Cause like you can't,
This is why you sign up for the Patreon people.
yeah, you gotta, he's
Dude,
fucking
weird
awesome.
guy's back, dude.
Weird guys
dude.
rock.
We,
Weird dudes rock.
That's your hobby is keeping tabs on the weird
but
guys.
It's more than a hobby. It's like it's
passion.
It's a lifestyle. Yeah.
So life's work.
Because also like a lot of these like old white guys became like so, not to like sound a little woke and shit, but like they became like empowered during like the Trump presidency.
Right,
They, like
right,
get out there and be like, I can say what I want,
Yeah,
and they
right.
just also almost
80,000 people.
almost all of them are in Florida.
Right.
Like he's the outlier because he's out in LA, but like almost all these guys that
Cuz
we
gang
send
holding
back
it
and
down
forth
on the
are
left
whack
coast.
jobs in
A
Florida.
sunny place for shady people. Hard Rock Nick, I think, is a Florida guy.
Exactly.
He's a weird guy.
Yeah.
You're working on a movie project on a weird girl.
Yeah, who also is known for a lot of stuff that is
Queen
about
scammer.
to go on trial for some stuff she did in Florida.
Can you give us the elevator
what's this
pitch?
flick?
Yeah,
Working
so it's we don't have a title yet, but it's about a girl who's been commonly referred to and known as Swiffer Girl for a really long time. Her name's Danielle Miller. She was the victim of this, basically child porn exposure. She made a video of herself in 8th grade
This was an urban legend that like even I had heard about.
Yeah, that
we're like a few
that
years
really
off, like,
happened.
I'd heard about.
Yeah,
Right?
it really happened. She was in 8th grade in 2003, so it's pre-Facebook, pre-social media.
Post 9/11.
It is post 9/11.
Weird gray period.
Yeah. And she made this video of herself, simulating sex with a Swiffer mop. And she sent it to the guy that she liked at the time. And then he showed it to the other girl he was, friends with her seeing at the time. And next thing you know, every fucking kid in New York City has it. And then the next thing you know, it's like on the fucking internet on like P2P sharing shit.
Phenomenon.
I'm like, but pre even viral being a thing because YouTube's not even that big yet.
Right.
He was on E-Bombs World.
It was on but it was on Kaza and LimeWire, and it was like downloaded a fuck ton.
Because it's explicit. Well, I mean, it's
And,
child
like,
pornography.
But it's also before there's any precedent legally. So like her dad at the time was like head of the New York bar, and this guy can't get anything taken down.
Right.
He spent the rest of his like life pretty much trying to like get rid of this thing, and it's P2P back then, dude. You can't trace this shit.
No,
it's fucking, it was crazy.
Wait, so then her life took a dark turn after that?
So she kind of like became a pariah, and she owned it, and she was like a badass, and then started to have these legal troubles throughout her later adolescence, like after college, just finding herself in these situations where she was
like scamming or grifting people?
Taking credit cards, stuff like that. And then she and this is all alleged because she has, well, not all of it, some of it back then has already been tried and done,
right?
But the stuff now is there's some alleged PPP fraud in this sort of dark ring of people that she got swept into when she was in Rikers Island. And then when she got out,
Delvey, right?
Yeah, she was like two doors down at Rikers.
Oh wow, I'm sure they had a lot of fucking good shit.
That's a big link up right there.
They're sharing trade secrets.
Yeah, big link right there.
So what I'm hearing is that girls like guys can be weird too.
Yes, exactly. So
you're doing a doc on this?
Yeah, so there was an article that came out about her like a year ago.
Yeah. In New York
Magazine. It was a big long article. And we tried to option, my friend Dorothy and I tried to option the article, and the girl ended up selling it to fucking somebody that didn't make any sense. And then my friend Russell and Gil, just like kids I knew from the city who like had been maintaining some contact with her, were like, we heard you're trying to do this, like we can get her. Let's get her,
like buying her life rights or whatever.
Yeah. And so we didn't even buy life rights. We basically just like had a shopping agreement with her to be like, we will get your story sold.
She in prison right now?
She's in jail right now. She just got swapped she was awaiting trial in Florida.
Prisoner exchange?
Yeah. The feds just came and took her from Florida up to Boston.
Oh, damn.
So now she's in Boston waiting fed trial, but who knows what's going to happen.
Crazy.
But she was on house arrest for like the last year, like from like this time last year till like October. So we hung out there, spent a bunch of time with her, said, listen, we're going to try to do this for you. And initially we were just going to try to, attach like a showrunner and some acting talent, like sell it as a TV show, scripted show. And then A24 like reached out and was like, we want to do the doc. If you have her, we want to do the doc.
We want to hear her side of the story.
Yeah. And then they had a bunch of fucking like, woke big name directors that she just like didn't vibe with, because she's like the opposite. She's fucking cursing and badass. And
she's a psycho.
Dope. She's
right.
And so she really liked my buddy Matt Sukar, who directed my first music video.
Yeah.
And I brought him in, and they like gave him like a trial period, and now he's directing the movie.
Jesus Christ. Have you and Matt maybe tossed around some like creative on how you're going to reenact the Swiffer incident? Like, is it going to be like a little like hand drawn?
So I mean, we haven't
3D rendering.
There's definitely like, I mean, dude, it's such a fucking sensitive subject, because it's like we're interviewing people about their recollections of child porn.
Right.
So it's like, a lot of people are very hesitant to participate, but at the same time,
I didn't see it, but I heard that
a lot of people have been very compelled to participate, because they're like, I got to set the record straight on what she said, because I don't know what she said about me. And so like, it's interesting. I mean, she's, I don't want to give too much away, but like
please don't.
A lot of
We're going to tap in.
A lot of her stuff and shenanigans she was embroiled in the late aughts, early 20 teens, was very Hollywood adjacent. So there's a lot of good stories with juicy people that people give a shit about that are, you know, a lot
Joe
of fun,
Pesci, you're going down.
Dude, God forbid.
Speaking of juicy names,
Yep.
and we talked about like kind of just like guys fun to hang out with. And you said that like you know a lot of people through your BFF Pete Davidson. What's the wildest night you've ever had out with him? And we're not even talking about like getting fucked, like drugs, any of that, but just like ending up in weird situations.
Yeah. So we've actually only known each other for a couple years.
Yeah.
And
Fast friends.
it's been
a love affair.
Fast friends, but also he's been like pretty tame since I met him.
Right.
So like all the like crazy stories from like going out and partying and going crazy. I missed that boat.
But not even partying, but I'm sure
missed that pontoon.
But not even partying, but I'm sure when
just
you're
interesting situations.
yeah,
I mean, like,
because he can get into any door.
yeah, I mean, it was cool, but he doesn't want to. That's the thing. Like, he doesn't want to be out, and you know, it sucks for him to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like it sucks to go get
This is the
a pack
curse.
of cigarettes.
Yeah.
He's getting papped up.
And but it's
regardless.
not even papped. It's like, dude, if you're out and there's fucking kids or like Gen Z kids, they're just like swarmed. Like, like we were in the fucking mall in New Jersey.
That giant one?
Garden State?
Yeah, like waiting to we were about to go to the Pro Bowl in Vegas. And like he's fully masked up, hood, everything. And like one kid sees it, makes him, and then it's mayhem.
it's a
It's like,
wrap.
we gotta
Do you
It's
ever
like the Beatles, dude.
does he ever ask you to step in as like security? I mean, you're fucking
No.
big body. You're big what, dog?
No. I mean, listen, there were scarier times.
You ever
when
crack some
the
Gen Z
artist who
skulls?
must not be named was kind of
right, totally.
There were times where I was like, "Oh God, am I going to be the guy who's going to like? I'm not going to be."
I need to start wearing my G Unit bulletproof vest.
This is an OJ situation all over
Yeah,
again.
no.
I was supposed to be murdered.
No, I mean, cool. I mean, the coolest thing ever was the second time I met him. We met first at our buddy Ice, our mutual friend Ice's house over here.
Ice no cap.
Ice no cap. Yep. And I guess Ice was like, "Yo, you should meet Big Wet," and he like played him a song, and he was like, "What is this? I need to hear
Which
this."
song?
So,
Turn Up on the Weekend?
I don't know what he played him, but he played him something, maybe some unreleased shit.
It worked.
And he was like, "You want to come over?" And he was like, "Sure." And I came over. He's like, "We're gonna work together. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that." And I'm like, "All right, cool." Like, I don't see that happening. But
You weren't
what,
expecting
What am I
anything.
gonna do? And like the next week, he's like, "Did you eat lunch? You want to get lunch?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, let's get lunch." So I take like an hour and 20-minute Uber to Staten Island, and I
Cost $400.
I get to his mom's house, and he's like, "You ready for a little ride?" And I'm like, "What? Like, what do you mean?" He goes, "Alex is going to drive. We're going to go to lunch in Philly." And I'm like, "What? Philly? Like, no, like I was just in the car for like an hour and a half, and I'm going to go
Honestly,
another hour and a half." And he goes, "Yeah, well, we're going to have cheesesteaks with Sandman." And I'm like, like Adam Sandler? And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure."
Yeah.
So we
Strap
like
in.
drive down, chain smoking blunts, like blasting music, like getting to know each other for
Right,
like
right.
an hour. But like, I don't know him. This is the first time I've really hung out with him is in this car. And we're going to meet yet another, like a hero, like my hero,
Yeah.
the GOAT.
The GOAT.
And yeah, we pull in. He was shooting the fucking, the basketball movie. And we pull in and the cross-eyed guy from all the Sandler movies. Like,
Oh,
sure.
that guy.
All right. Well, he doesn't do the sling blade, but yeah.
No, but he's like his producing partner, and he's like, "Yeah, come with me." Pulls the car in.
He only works with his homies.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
break set. There's like fucking. I see Boban walking across. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
It's
Tobias Harris. It's the
Hustler
basketball movie.
Yeah.
So he comes over and he's like, "What's up, guys? Like, let's just have lunch." And they bring like a couple different cheesesteaks, and we're trying different cheesesteaks, and we like, shoot the shit with Sandman for like a fucking hour.
This is
hour
the
and a half.
second time you hung out with this guy.
Yeah, and then we're going in the gym. We're playing basketball with him while they're setting up the next shot. Like we're playing. Who else was there? It was like Tobias Harris. I missed Trey Young. I think Anthony Edwards was there at one point. I didn't see him.
Nah, fuck
the
Trey
kid
Young.
who was the star though was
Is Anthony Edwards?
Willie Hernan Gomez's
the
brother.
the main
Yeah,
guy. Yeah.
yeah.
The Spanish guy.
Who was Sandman fucking nice?
He's the nicest guy ever.
No, I mean like on the court.
Oh, he's dirty.
He's sick,
He
right?
He's really good. I like have seen him play. Like
You're
when I
big
was a
wet, but
kid.
he was wetter.
Yeah, I've seen him
From
play. I saw him play when I was a kid at Reebok. At the old, it's now like an Equinox, but there was a Reebok gym on the Upper West Side that was like the legendary basketball white guy,
Yeah.
Right.
Upper West Side dad basketball run.
That's
and I like
great.
saw him come play there as a kid a couple times.
You mentioned that like your time with Pete was post this like, tumultuous time in his own life. What's
Yeah.
something about Pete that might surprise people? This because he is so public, like you're talking about, where like he's
Sure.
getting swarmed.
something that might surprise people about him.
Yeah.
Something that might
He's got a small dick.
Yeah, right.
It's microscopic.
Yeah.
You can't even see it. He's microscopic.
Have you seen the meat?
Not
check.
like not in the not naked.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
So where have you seen it?
You see an imprint.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. You see it blowing in the wind.
Yeah, you see it blowing in the wind. He wears a lot of sweatpants. So
Okay,
it's
right.
hard to miss.
By design.
I mean, he's like, as much as like everybody makes him out to be like the coxman, like Casanova, he's a fucking hopeless romantic.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
Is that
really-
why he gets so much?
Yeah.
I think
S
so,
tier
because
pussy?
Nice guys
dude,
finishing
he's
first
dude,
for
he's
once.
if you actually look at it, like he's fucked like. It's not that many
right.
bodies.
Yeah.
Whoa,
He, like, No,
It's quality, not
it's not
quantity.
because he's dated women his entire. He's always been.
He's
dating.
a serial monogamous.
He's always dated, serial monogamous.
He's like the Marlon Daughter's butcher shop. It's quality, not quantity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Damn.
Exactly.
But so he's always just doing like big romantic gestures. Is that his love language?
Oh yeah, big time.
Is that like so? His Riz like jaw droppingly goated, or is it just he's a sweetheart?
It's like the cutest, sweetest.
Damn.
Like
This is good to know. This is good advice.
Yeah, it's for everyone out there.
What's the cutest thing he's ever done for you as a
Cutest thing
homie?
he's ever done for me. He did a very cute one. We were gonna do a Christmas song, and it got like scrapped, and the song that I wrote was honestly just terrible. And it was called Santa's at the Strip Club. It was terrible, and the hook was just like Santa's at the Strip Club. Santa's at the Strip Club. Santa's. It was really bad.
I'd listen
It was
to
more
it.
for
You're
like
like,
a.
"Damn, it's
It was
Christmas Eve,
more
I
for
got
like a
homework due
Tracy
tomorrow."
Jordan character
Right,
type
right,
song.
right,
It
right.
wasn't
Yeah.
that good. So,
Appreciate the
and it
honesty.
was so we didn't do it, and I was like a little bit bummed about it. And he had them put my fit. They did like a lounge singer of the future sketch
Okay.
where he, it's like 100 or 50, 80 years from now, and he's like an old guy, and they have a poster in the bar of like Big Wet residency, and it's like a aged face of me like
Sick.
in a tuxedo, like
So a little Easter egg.
a little Easter egg.
Do you have
in
that
there.
poster, like the physical?
His mom has it. She has to give it to me. It's in the garage. But yeah,
Why does his mom
she told me last night. I was like, I have this fucking thing. Like, do you want it?
Do
I'm
you
like,
want
yeah, I
this?
do.
You're like, yeah, but I'm not going to take an hour and 40 minutes Uber right back to fucking Staten Island.
Yo, Big Wet, come grab this shit.
Yeah.
It's taking up space.
Now that he's off the show, have the SNL checks dried up?
Yeah.
The SNL checks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't got. I mean,
How are those bags when you're on the 1099 with the?
It's nothing.
It's
really nothing, dude.
But the
It's
exposure was
nothing.
good? Yeah.
Exposure's good, and like
Is Lorne Michaels like, oh, I'll pay you an exposure?
Well, he doesn't get. He's not making that decision. But the the one on Squid Game was better because it was
It's the
our
actual
song.
song. Yeah.
Right.
So they
Okay.
had to license the song.
Oh,
But
fire.
but also
Good call.
but also like didn't get paid a licensing fee that like even a sync on like Law and Order would get. Like it was like
Yeah.
way lower than like any
Yeah.
number that you should.
You weren't
get.
making
like
bum
Branch has
money.
like Branch was like, dude, like I feel like SNL they should have a lot more money, and I'm like, I've been kind of told this is how it works.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
Can't even
not
afford
great.
Pete.
Welcome to Hollywood, baby.
But
What's
yeah.
the biggest bag that turned up on the weekend has ever gotten you? Whether it was
I
like
think it was the Hardy's bag. The Hardy's
Oh, yeah.
bag was psycho. Yeah, Hardy's bag. It was like a March Madness like radio spot. It was like crazy, and the TV spot. It was on during March Madness.
Sick. Fuck yeah, dude.
Are you hitting the road with Pete Davidson? What's going on there?
I don't know. I think that's like kind of the dream. He's got a couple projects he's got to shoot and finish up, but he wants to tour, but he also, I think, we've sort of found that we have a lot of fun making these like goofy songs. And so I think that there's a plan to at least do something like that in the
What would a
future.
live show
And-
even look like with you two?
Well,
We discussed
I would
that?
be like open. I mean, I don't know. I would assume I would be like an opening act for like a comedy show, but I'm doing music at the
Right.
beginning because I've got a fucking absolute heater banger 17 track
Real.
album.
Yeah?
just sitting there. ready
Tell
to
us
go.
about this album.
Let's go,
Album
dude.
on the
It's
way.
it's been in the works for like 5 years. I think the first song.
So this is Big Wet Solo. This is not you and Pete Davidson
no,
joint
this is
mixtape.
Big Wet, and
It's not a
it's-
Key Glock.
Every
Shiesty
song is with
situation.
Branches.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think we've moved to. It's just going to be a Big Wet album, Big Wet project.
Mm.
I'm going to be the sort of front facing guy.
He's your Quincy Jones
Yep.
behind the boards.
Exactly. And I think we're going to try to aim for May.
You're shopping that right now, or did someone?
We're shopping. We haven't like really pushed the shopping of it. I've been sort of like in between managers, and then I got sort of busy doing other shit. That
Going
like,
to
wasn't
Philly to have
focused on this.
cheesesteaks with the Sandman
Exactly.
and Pete Davidson.
Yeah. I started working on this movie, and
Right.
then also was working on a deal for him that we did an endorsement deal that took 3 fucking months, literally every day on the phone with lawyers to fucking hash out. So we're getting back to it. We want to get it out for summer because there's a lot of summer bangers, but it is probably, I mean, it's the best album since like 10. It's insane.
Is it all country?
It's banger after banger.
Just party anthems
after banger.
Damn, you're not short of
songs like
confidence.
Real Deal Dog, fucking Giddy Up. I mean, these are going to be
just based off a title alone. You can
classics.
imagine.
I mean,
Close your eyes and imagine.
any big features?
Yeah,
we've got only one. We didn't want to do any features, and then I was like, I have to have this one man on here. And then there is a single which like we would it would be great with a female rapper that I would like to see.
Ice Spice
get that done. Yeah. Like, dude, if it was Ice Spice, it would literally be the
rumor that I just saw is that Pete and Ice Spice were dating. Was the rumor that came out today?
Yesterday.
No? I can.
You can confirm.
I don't.
Okay,
think
rumor squash. Rumor
sorry,
squash.
But no, there's similar to Turn Up on the Weekend songs, and then there's more up tempo.
Is
there's
Turn Up
drillish country stuff on there?
Drill country.
Yeah,
Tractor Trap.
Yep, there's some fucking Morgan Wallen kind of bars. It's good.
Is Turn Up on the Weekend the ultimate party anthem?
I don't know if it's the ultimate party anthem, but it definitely
gets you in the mood.
It was the first.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
Listen, Blanco Brown says he started Trailer Trap, sure, whatever. But like that fucking Turn Up on the Weekend was like the first one that was. No, it doesn't predate. Like it predates like his hits.
Right.
He was writing songs and making music, but like I also didn't know he existed. So I came up with it on we reached that point on our own together. But I mean, he's huge now. He's like hosting the fucking Canadian Music Awards and shit. But I think that like Turn Up on the Weekend was like was Lil Nas X before Lil Nas X. It was
What year did that come out? When did that drop?
Turn Up on the Weekend is like fucking, I don't know, 2017 or 18.
All right. You heard it here first. We got the originator.
Pretty sure it's my top 10 most played. What did you first want to become a country legend?
Oh, so yeah, I didn't really, that was never in the cards. I was not doing entertainment at all.
Did the fits predate the music?
Yeah, the fits predated the music for sure. Like I wore a cowboy hat to Westway. Like, I've like had
pull up to Zabar's in the big buckle,
Boulets and Lucchese's for a long time. So my dad lived in out west in Denver and then Dallas before he moved to New York. So he brought a little bit of that flavor with him. I mean, he's from like Chicago, but yeah.
How do you sleep at night knowing that you're the patron saint of cowboy stolen valor?
Oh, I mean, that's the best part, dude. Because there's people in Nashville, like there are some guys like real genuine like country singers who are good guys who fuck with me, who are okay with it.
Like real cosigns.
But most of them really don't. If they even know, if they're even aware of me.
Right.
But like the head of Spotify Nashville, thinks I'm like an absolute atrocity.
Like a poser.
Like an atrocity. No, like I'm the worst thing that's happened.
A war crime.
How dare you mock my art form?
Yeah. But like
my culture is not your costume.
Like Sam Hunt releasing Body Like a Back Road, which is just Love Yourself by Justin Bieber. It's like totally okay with
yeah, right.
It's the same song.
Right.
Have you ever done any cowboy shit in your cowboy fits?
Yeah. It was I actually it used to be on I had like a Facebook album that was called The Worst Family Vacation Ever. It was with my dad. It's literally the most like special magical trip of all time. And I was just like a shitty 15-year-old kid.
Right. Trying to be an asshole.
Fuck this. And we actually rode on horseback 20 miles into Yellowstone and camped for like 3 days in Yellowstone with these like cow hands who are like licensed to do that.
How do you hold up on Brokeback Mountain?
It was, I mean, me and my brother were just like little city bitches. Like,
not built for this.
The whole time, just like, like we didn't ride the second day. We just like sat in the tent, like sweating and then like
pouting.
What's the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
But there was a cool guy named Cowboy Eddie who was like a 70-year-old, like weathered old man. And
did Cowboy Eddie like influence you to get into this shit?
No, but he did influence. He did teach my mom a cool cocktail that she now makes every year.
What is that?
Is vodka at high noon?
No, it's actually it's even more disgusting. It's
Go off.
Hot Tang and whiskey.
Honestly,
it has to be hot Tang.
Yes,
that just doesn't sound.
It's like a citrusy hot toddy.
Yeah,
it's like if your sweater was a fucking cocktail.
Exactly. Yeah. this is the
hot and
going
tangy, dude.
But yeah, that was some cowboy shit. I mean, I rode.
You were 15 the last time you did cowboy shit.
We did when we shot the turn up video.
Oh, okay.
We went. They wanted me to get on the bull, and I was just like, no
Absolutely
fucking
not.
way. And these were like
a real bull or
dude,
mechanical.
No, the real bull. I rode the mechanical one. We went to a farm. It was like a bull riding training facility in what the fuck was the name of the town? Like, fuck.
East Bumblefuck.
No, it's literally the small. It just escaped my mind. This town, it's like 1,400 people in like the middle of Florida, and it's like this old rickety barn and like farm and like an old grandstand that's like falling over.
Sounds like Nope.
And this guy, it looks like that. And this guy's just like trains bullfighters, but like the lowest ring of the circuit.
AAA.
So the clowns.
Like, dude, like the
Rodeo
scariest
clowns.
guys ever. But also it's where like kids go to learn. So they have like small bulls and like these 12-year-old kids. Like there's that kid sitting with me and his dad on either side of me in the video.
Yeah.
That kid was there to ride bulls. He's riding the bull in those scenes. He's 11. He weighs 90 pounds riding a bull. They're like, you could ride that one. I'm like, no fucking chance.
Pete is going to be out here.
I run in the video. I'm in the ring while the bull's riding. And you see me I fly out of the ring because like it's not even close to me yet. It brushes my leg. It was so scary. And yeah, we were just like made like immediately like these fucking pussies. Like,
Yeah.
So then the guy who ran the place, he had like literally he had said, bring me a case of beer and like $1,000 or whatever to shoot. And we were like, that's what we did. And he
2 major food groups.
finished the case of beer by like 6. And he
Like a
has
30 rack.
30 rack. And he's got a bull. He like brought his own out then. He's got a bullwhip and he's like clearly very good at it because he's cracking it within like an inch of your face. But he's also cracking a bullwhip within an inch of your face.
Indiana Jones style.
On 30 beers.
Yeah.
At that point, he's like, oh, he flinched like city boy. And we're just like, oh, you gotta get out of here, man.
Yeah. Yeah. From Nope to Deliverance, real fucking
Sam,
quick.
there were a bunch of like kids there, like who were like friends of the nephew or whatever. So they all came to like for the party scene. And like Sam, when he was like warming them up, like Sam Branches played like a Kodak Black song, and like one of the
Did they
guys
love
came
it?
in. One of the kids were all loving it. One of the dads like came into the.
Did you say none of that?
He was like, "You better not play that," and I was like, "Okay, we need to go.
Yeah.
We need to get out of here."
City Slickers evacuate.
Yeah,
He was not,
but yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not like
He's not fucking with that shit.
I'm not making. I'm not like everyone who's likes country music is a fucking hillbilly. Like that's not like
A racist hillbilly.
intent. But like the music is, I like country music. I like popular country music. I think that the hybrid, the place in between the rap sort of and the trap and the country is a cool place.
Do you think Diplo's stolen your swag at all?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Diplo presents Thomas Wesley.
I mean, you know, it all, we got a lot of mutual friends. I know all the guys who make a lot of decisions. I don't know. It's kind of all just
Wes.
We hear you.
Wes, pull
I
up.
saw him the other night
Shout out
outside. He
Diplo.
was like, "Oh, what's up, man?" He like, yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, what's up?"
One of those.
Sounds cordial.
One of
"Oh,
those.
what's up, man?" He goes, "Cool sweater." I wasn't wearing
was
the
it a
different
sweater?
sweater.
I'm getting to be clear.
Whoa, who did I see wear that sweater? And I was like, I don't know.
2 weeks later, was he wearing the same sweater?
Oh,
I mean, it's only been 1 week, so give him.
give him one
another
more.
week.
The grace period.
If you see him in that Richardson black with the big white Richardson,
We like the S&M streetwear
Yeah,
company?
yeah.
Okay. All right.
they sent me a bunch of stuff to give to
To give to Diplo.
Pete, to give to Pete. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, you like that?
No, they sent. I was like, they're like, can we send you something?
Do people constantly try to get you to give their shit to Pete?
It's insane.
Is it okay if we ask you to get him on the podcast?
Dude, there's literally like my apartment looks like
It's a Pete
hoarder.
fest.
No, it's like
Storage
there's just
for Pete.
boxes of sweatsuits.
Attention, Pete.
Yeah.
Just
Or attention, Big Wet.
boxes
Or
and
Pete.
boxes of sweatsuits. And so like every month or two, I'll like dump a big load, and then that will be like his rotation.
yeah, right.
He just pulls one and then throws it away.
Sure.
Then he pulls another one.
Is that,
Joe style.
how we got Sinclair? No.
No,
He
Claire.
knows
Well,
Claire knows him.
Ice did, yeah. But also, nobody knows this. If you ask Claire or Ice,
Yeah.
who introduced them
To Pete.
to each other?
Oh, you.
Oh.
Oh.
That's your boy right
How do you know
Wow.
Claire?
Just like, you know,
City
city
kids?
scumbags. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
he's like, you know, he's
City
friends
rats.
with kids that I grew up with
Right.
and stuff. And, you know, we smoked pot together like,
Of course.
fucking 8 years
You
ago.
smoke big doinks with
Yeah,
in the
I also
brought
lived,
back
I lived in
asshole?
Miami for a couple of years. He was
Oh,
down
that's
there
right.
a bunch. But yeah, I was like, when he was first starting Claire, this kid who's like, who is probably going to be my manager when I like start taking the music more
Mm-hmm.
seriously. is a friend of his who lives in Miami. Yeah, he was like saying, yo, you got to check out Andrew's new shit, Sinclair. And I went to Ice, and Ice was like smoking with like Fish, who's now Fish is like the fucking face of the brand. I was like, you guys need to fuck with this guy. Like, he's going to spend a bunch of money, make this like dope brand. Like, this is right up your guys' alley. And they were like, eh. And then literally like a week later,
all hanging out.
Ice just like texted, like, dude, like, you were right. Like, it was Sinclair Army. And I was like, yep, let's go.
Tane. Hashtag Tane.
Well, the one you guys didn't say, I listened to a bunch of that one too. My favorite one ever that you guys didn't drop.
Oh, he's the best.
Dripriani.
Oh,
I'm eating a Tripriani. That was my favorite Tanism.
You already know, dude.
Must have missed that one. Okay, real quick. So you kind of lay out the guidelines in the lyrics to turn up on the weekend.
Yes.
But what are Big Wet's keys to having a fucking blast when you can finally clock out of the dick sucking factory Friday 5 p.m.?
Yeah. I smoke a lot of pot. Okay.
What's your monthly weed budget?
Well, it's gone down because just the price has gone down, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Well, the budget's gone down, but the amount stayed.
the budget. I mean, the budget is this. The budget is the same if it had to be, but I'm saying the monthly
Your
cost
overhead
has gone down a lot just because the price of pot has gone down so much.
Blunts guy, joints,
Spliffs. I just rolled joints nonstop.
We need a
Smoking
Big Wet
joints.
strain.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, well,
Big Wet Farms.
I just got, dude. So
Someone approach you about that?
no, but I just smoked Pacman Jones weed. 2 weekends ago in Vegas.
How was it?
What's the review? Him. It's like the best pot I've smoked in years. It's insane. I felt like I was 16 again. Like, I was like so high.
It's so good it'll cure CTE.
It was dope. Dude,
it'll give you CTE.
This was maybe the coolest, actually, like the coolest. Here's your celeb answer.
Pacman Jones, let's go.
Coolest moment of my life, walking through the lobby of like the Resorts World, whatever,
on Pete's
Crockford's with, no, it was me, Ricky Velez, a bunch of like stand-up guys who are Pete's friends who are out there for the Pro Bowl too. It was like me, Ricky Velez, Julio, I think Derek was with us, and Joey Gay there? Joey Gay might have it. It was like 5 of us, and Ice, and we're standing there, and we're like waiting for like someone to get a key from the front desk or something, and there's this guy over at the concierge. And I go to Ice. I'm like, is that Pacman Jones? And he's like, I don't fucking know if that's Pacman Jones. Like, Ice is watching football. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think that's Pacman Jones. He's like, it might be. And I'm like, and he sees us all like staring at him. So he comes right over. He's like, what are you looking at?
Oh.
And I'm just like, I think I know you. What I failed to mention is that I had a psychotic night with Pacman Jones in 2018.
Is when he punched all those strippers?
Yeah. No. 2017 bye week when he was on the Bengals.
Yeah.
He came down to Miami, and like, my homegirl was fucking the receiver from the Browns, and we all ended up out with him and had like a ripper that ended with him holding me against a wall like this, saying, if you don't bring me a cocaine, I'm going to kill you. Like completely insane. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to go outside. And I like got a car and just like went home. Yeah. So I like thought if I ever saw him again, it wouldn't be pleasant.
Right.
Yeah. And
Did
I'm
he
just
remember
like, so I'm walking up and he's like, what are you guys looking at? I'm like, are you, I think I know you. And he like goes down me. He goes, yeah. Like, I'm like, you're Pacman? He goes, yeah. And I go, Big Wet. And he goes, oh shit. And he fully like dashed me up, puts his like head on my shoulder, like laughing, like, this boy crazy. Like all my friends are just like, what? Pacman Jones is treating like his long lost brother.
Yeah.
Yells over like, yo, this guy, sniper gang, face mask, sitting at the hotel bar. He's like, you got any more weed? He's like, yep. Comes over, gives me a bag of his weed out of the bag. He's like, you got to smoke this. You got to text me the second you smoke it. Like, you got to tell me about it. You got to tell me how good it is. Post it. I'm like, of course. FaceTimes me when we're at dinner with Pete. Pete says, he's like, yo, I'm gonna come say what up. Dude, I see him again later. I posted, it's the best weed I ever smoked. He didn't remember that he wanted to kill you the last time. No, because he was blacked out.
He remembers
it was like it was literally, dude, it was like 4:45.
Pacman was
last call, like a ghost. Last call on like Washington Avenue at like a bad club.
What happens
in
at bye week stays in bye week.
Yeah, exactly.
The duality of Pacman Jones.
Yeah, but he's also like, dude, so then I started like, because I hadn't like followed up on him in years.
Yeah.
I started looking at his like social media presence. He's like the fucking man, dude.
Yeah,
he's the man now.
He started smoking good weed.
Wait, he was the man. Of course, but he was the man because he was like scary. Now he's like, he's so well spoken. He's like fucking. He's
a weed and mushrooms guy now.
He's a weed mushrooms guy. That's
dope. What it is.
He put down the snow, picked up the shrooms.
Yeah,
respect.
I mean, the shrooms are crazy, man. I also do a lot of mushrooms, but like more recreationally, not because like I'm not like
Free your mind.
I take a 0.1 every day.
Oh, like a fucking
Not a
tech
microdoser.
nerd?
So you're just like
I
fist.
eat a fucking chocolate when I go to a bar because it's fun. Not like
Respect.
like workflow. Like, yeah, no, I like to laugh.
Yeah.
That's why.
Nice.
But mushrooms are great. My friend John Costacopoulos, actually, if you want to see something crazy, just like look him up. He changed his name to Costas because he got married. And I think his wife didn't like how long Greek his last name. Yeah.
Your shit's too Greek for me.
She's like a wasp, you know. So it's from California, Orange County. So they like shorten it up to Costas. But he is all over evening news everywhere, 60 Minutes. He was the first double-blind patient in the NYU psilocybin like alcoholism trial, and he got dosed with a heroic dose of synthetic psilocybin, which is like the equivalent of like an ounce or an ounce and a half of mushrooms. They guide you through the thing.
Yeah.
This kid was the worst booze bag in the history of New York City.
Yeah.
Like people would like be going to work in the morning and see him like coming out of Charles Schurz Park on East End, like in a tuxedo with a twisted tea at like 7 in the morning. This guy was really bad. This guy was really, really bad.
Black tie, twisted tea.
Like really bad, this guy. Like all night.
It's not even funny.
Yeah, no, it wasn't funny.
He was
Like his
destroying
last night of like, his parents were giving him Antabuse. He's weaning himself off Antabuse with like caps of vodka every day to the point where he's eating Antabuse and can drink on it. Antabuse makes anyone who drinks a sip of alcohol vomit violently for an hour.
But he hacked it.
He hacked it, weaned himself off, probably killed him probably took years off his life.
Right, of course.
This kid like almost fucking falls into the train station on like 59th and 5th. The fucking like coat check lady from the Met Club where he was drinking like pulled him out.
Saved his life.
Last call, last chance thing. His parents see this thing for this, you know, experimental psilocybin thing at NYU. He goes and does it. The guy he doesn't go to meetings. He doesn't need anything. He has no interest in alcohol.
No withdrawal? Or
none. I mean, he might have had withdrawal like those
like physical
days leading up. Yeah,
but mentally,
now
he's sound.
He's 7-8 years sober, and he's literally like the thing is he could probably drink now because the addiction, the monkey, it's gone. It's gone.
Does he still have to eat mushrooms, or is it just
no?
one and
it was
done?
one time, and that's it.
Wow. Well, it was an ounce.
So he's part of this, you know, non-for-profit, and this he just started a caucus in Congress. That's, you know, they're actually the only lobby for mushrooms that is not pushing for decriminalization.
Right.
Because they realize like the power of this and that this could be used as a medical tool, and that like not everyone should just be able to buy mushrooms at the deli. It's like way too crazy.
No.
But that like if it's done well, that like this is.
But are you eating a full bar or just like a square?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean,
like when you go to the bar,
you're a barsman. You're a barsman.
I'm a big dude. I'll have a couple. I mean, like a couple pieces. Yeah. I mean, it depends. The ones I've been getting lately are like 5 milligrams for the whole bar. And it's probably split up into like,
those are small boys,
8 pieces. And I'll have like 3 to 5 if I'm like having it, you know, it depends.
New Orleans, great place to shroom. Not on Bourbon Street. But like when you're walking around the other shit,
that could be a nightmare trip for
Bourbon
sure.
just stinks. It just smells like
I know,
piss.
but you got to walk down there.
When in Rome.
I've done mushrooms down in the Bywater and like gone fishing for catfish like into the night.
That's a fun vibe though. That's not
it's
Bourbon
really
Street.
fun.
It's not
as long as there's no alligators.
Yeah, true.
No, you're like in the Mississippi River watching like barges go by and it's like brackish water and like disgusting.
Real quick, so you talked about getting thrown up against the wall by Pacman Jones in Miami as he screamed in your face for more coke.
Yeah. He actually said, he called it cane, which I'd never heard before. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
He said, where the cane be. He said, where the cane be.
Where the cane at?
Yeah.
Where the cane be?
Go
and
cane.
I was like, oh, I could find it. He's like, better get it or don't come back.
You're like, Pacman, that sounds really cool, but
I'm going to go get it. I was like, I'm going to go get it. Let me go outside, and just went straight home.
Ghosted. Smart move, dude.
Well, remind me, did you have a sushi food truck?
I did. I had an omakase bar built out of an old FedEx truck in Wynwood, in Miami.
Were you the owner? Were you fucking?
Yeah, I was the owner with my partner was this guy Kazuo Yoshida. It was the partner, still alive. He's not dead. Who's now the head chef and owner over at Juku in Chinatown.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we had a truck.
I was just there at Juku.
Cool.
It's not good to the omakase though. Went to the main dining room.
Yeah, I opened that restaurant and then had to sort of fall out with the main investor and was out of there swiftly. Yeah, it was also around the time I was just like, I was doing too much, trying to do too much. I bit off more than I can chew. We had the truck, we had the hand roll place, we had this place in New York, trying to open the truck in LA, 3 different cities.
How many restaurants do you have your hands in right now?
I have 0 now.
Okay.
I'm out. I'm fully out.
Really?
Yeah,
Forever?
I'm out.
Why did you
I'll
want
never
to
do it again.
extricate yourself from the food world?
I just started like it wasn't something that I think I bit off more than I could chew. It was I tried to grow a little too fast. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I opened the truck, and so I sort of
Play
learned
the simulator back then, bro.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have this fucking game back then. I sort of learned trial by fire, and then I just realized like the fucking labor that goes into it and the work is
And
just
the razor thin
psycho.
margins.
Yeah.
And I just and like one of our things was not a viable business, one of them was, and so that one was living off the one that was viable, and it was like
so
and
robbing
then-
Peter to pay Paul type shit.
But then the one that was good, we fucking move and try to do in LA, and we can't get permits. Now this one's dying. It was just like a nightmare, and I just like couldn't catch up with it. The other thing was like I realized like if I wanted to really like do this, I was gonna have to like completely work like a psycho, and I just like I didn't have it in me after. But I just didn't have it in me after like doing it for 4 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever
Oh, you
it was.
ran yourself ragged.
I didn't even run myself like that's the thing. I think about it. I didn't run myself ragged. Like we were open 5 hours a day, like 5 nights a week. Like it wasn't that crazy, but like, and like I didn't. But
Yeah, but if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
I just it wasn't. I lost the juice, and then the music thing had sort of happened simultaneously, and like I could book a show and like live off, like, make some money, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this.
How many people got food poisoning from eating big wet spicy tuna in the blazing Miami sun?
I don't think any, because we had this crazy high tech fucking truck that
And the
cost
dude that
like
you-
$1 billion to make.
Wait, so your partner, is he the green haired omakase chef?
Yeah.
Oh, he's nice.
Yeah, Kazuo. Yeah.
He's like
so
elite,
he
right?
trained.
Yeah.
So he trained this kid from down there,
Okay.
who was like working at like a shit like sushi samba down there, and we like pulled him. He came to
like
New
a
York.
Ronin.
Less
Yeah.
cream cheese.
He came, worked at 108 with Kazuo for
Oh,
9 months.
he was 108 near you or
Yeah, on
near
South Second. Yeah, so he trained
Diner.
at 108, even though he didn't get paid by 108. I fucking paid him. he trained at 108, and then we did our first thing before the truck was open was we did the food service. We did half of the food service at Georgica's last season in Wainscott.
Okay.
Do you remember Georgica, like the bad club, the bad Hamptons club on like
No.
on 27?
Must have missed
I
that
just know
one.
like Surf Lodge and
Dude, this was not that far out.
yeah. I guess
Um,
that's mom talk. Yeah.
It was bad.
It was-
we got like sucked in by this. Like, I mean, I'm sure he's doing well now. I don't want to talk shit. I'm sure he's
But just some weird,
Wait, you know,
weird
this
guy.
kid. There was this famous kid chef in New York named Greg Grossman, and he was like 16 and like I started a thing, and it was like he had like this momager, and like Kazuo is like we need him because you don't know what you're doing.
We need the Justin Bieber.
well because
of
he's like an
cooking.
operations food.
Shout out
he's-
Flynn.
Is this club where like Zach Frankel and all his fucking like Mike Jones and them would go?
It was that or Stereo by the Shore. Georgica was something else though when they were going there, because
Okay.
Georgica was on its 6th and final season, and that was in 2015 maybe.
All right.
So it was probably something else in like the late aughts. But anyway, fucking Georgica, dude, was so dark. So we had this Greg Grossman kid who's like doing the food there. He's like 18 and he's the executive chef of Georgica this year. So I don't know anything about anything. And so Kazuo was like, we need him. So he convinced us to do sushi on the menu there. And the guy running Georgica, who is an unbelievable weird guy who I wish had a public facing Instagram, is this guy Antonio Fuccio.
Mm.
And Antonio Fuccio, I
Sounds like a
think
weird guy.
manages like the graffiti walls in Coney Island now or something. He owns something down
What a
there.
pivot.
Yeah.
He has some hospitality, something of some sorts
Sure.
down there now. But he had this place, and we like are waiting for our distribution after like the first weekend. And we're like, he's like showing us the books, and there's like no money in the books. We're like, what the fuck is going on? Unbeknownst to us, this guy had a $30,000 like a week tax lien because he never paid payroll tax for like the previous 5 years.
A
he
real
was open.
winner.
So we're just like in the red, never gonna get paid
Immediately.
back from day one.
Immediate red.
From day one. But yeah, Rio did the sushi there. Rio was the chef that Kazuo trained. So yeah, that was where we did it at fucking Georgica. And that's like where I met like PJ. PJ
Sure.
used to DJ there.
Right. PJ the DJ.
Yeah, PJ of Don Talk.
Yeah.
That was his Don Talk. was his thing.
Talk is
Yeah.
loses.
Don Talk. That was PJ of Don was
Yeah.
his Instagram. And that's where I met Sean. That's like where I got to know like James
Right.
Cruikshank better. And
So
it was a great time.
So we
shout out Lola.
No regrets.
Right.
It was a fucking wacky.
No
summer.
regrets, baby.
But you're a big gourmand, you would say?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, like,
I
okay,
cook a
what
lot.
are the New
Yeah.
York City spots
That we have to.
because we got connected through Oliver.
Yeah.
Shout out all
Bernie's.
at Bernie's.
Foodie ledge. Yeah. I mean, what kind of? I mean, I really only go out if
Yeah, what
I'm
are you
trying a
co-signing?
new place or
Okay.
going to a place that I like is in my rotation. Like I don't.
What's in the rotation
I
right now?
won't
Can you
go
tell us?
I can tell you like a couple.
Give us a couple.
I can give you like good pizza places that everybody already knows about. but
Okay.
I can't give like
What's your top spot though?
top
pizza right now is probably got to be Weeded in South Slope. It's not a great name.
It's
WHEA.
not a good name.
Weeded.
Yeah,
Because
Weeded and go to
He's
Weeded.
got a lot of whiskey and the dough is made from wheat, so it's a play on the Weeded. He's like the number one sourdough genius.
Okay.
He makes bagels Saturday, Sundays that are the closest thing to original H&H that I've had
wow.
since H&H.
The sourdough pizza is better than Leo sourdough.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got in trouble for that the other day. See
Really?
that? You
No,
can't
what
have
happened?
negative opinions anymore.
What
Really?
happened?
Who were you in trouble with? Like the
What do you
The
do
fucking guy that I'm sure you guys are friends with.
Joey?
Yeah.
from Leo?
Yeah.
He was
Did you
pissed.
publicly say something?
He had James Cruikshank call me and then he DM'd me. Can I have your last 4 of your credit card to refund you for the one bagel I bought?
You don't
And
fuck with
then-
the Leo
and asked me
bagels?
to take it down.
Damn.
I do fuck with the Leo bagels. It was my favorite bagel before the Weeded bagel. And when I was driving home from Weeded with the Weeded bagels the other day, I thought it's 11. There's probably sold out, but let me see if I can get one to compare them.
Okay.
Great idea, right? Go in.
Sold out.
No, they still had them, which is clearly the sign that there was an issue because they gave me this batch of bagels that should have never been sold to a human. They were the color of this mixing box, literally
Little well done.
charcoal, a little well done.
Shout out Leo.
And so I objectively posted this versus this. I had a bite. I, can be a little bit hyperbolic sometimes in
You
the
don't
way that
say.
I speak. So I may have called
You went a little too big.
the bagel a burnt brick of shit.
Come on, dude.
And so I got
Harsh.
in a lot of trouble with that's what that bagel was.
If it was a faulty bagel, though, is it
Yeah.
fair to compare it? Like, shouldn't you compare a regular?
Okay, here's the kicker. Don't sell that bagel.
Sure.
You look at it and you throw it right in the garbage. You need that $3 from me. The place is killing it.
I've only had.
Man. So
I've
you're a
only
veteran
had-
in the bagel wars, is what you're
I'm
saying.
just like, dude, it was my favorite bagel. I've posted how great their bagel is, how great their sandwich is a million times.
I will
This bagel
say,
was terrible.
as Leo boys and as Joey's
Yep.
the homie, and I have never had nothing
TF is
short
pro
of
Leo.
nothing short of a phenomenal bagel from Apollo Bagels.
Sure.
But if I were to get a faulty bagel,
The Weeded bagel is.
that's the one.
Are you from New York?
Yeah.
So you remember how good H&H was?
I'm not from the Upper West Side.
No, but their bagels
was,
were dispersed everywhere.
I didn't ess a bagel on my corner.
Okay, so that's your bagel. It was
Yeah.
similar to that bagel, but it was like the best bagel ever. They were wholesale, so they had their bagels at like lots of delis all
totally.
over the city.
Yeah.
And anything
Well, it's an
within
institution, bro.
yeah,
I mean,
and they had the huge factory on 44th Street
Yeah.
on the West Side Highway where all the bagels came from. And then they had the one on the Upper West Side.
There's a kid from my high school that somehow stole like $10,000 from H&H as like
In
when he-
bagels?
when he was working there.
Yeah.
No, when he was working there
Just
as a
cash.
cashier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like I don't even
That's
think
dope.
they missed it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
No, probably not. But the new
bagel
H&H is a full scam.
Yeah.
That's like a licensing deal that like
They're
is
trading
not.
on the reputation of
Nah,
the
Same with
at all.
same with Essa Bagel.
Yeah. Same with the H&H that stayed open for years. That one on the Upper East Side is just not
Right.
H&H. They have like pastries and danishes. And you're like, what? This is not
Yeah,
what that is.
bullshit.
Same
Wait,
thing.
okay, so
I
besides-
grew up on.
Besides Weeded,
Weeded is
let's get
fucking crack.
positive.
what else is goated right now? Bernie's. Shout out
Bernie's obviously got a shout out.
What's the Bernie's order for you?
It changes. I go through phases because I spend so much time
Same.
there that
What's the
like
phase
I
right
kinda
now?
get, like right now I'm almost entering back into a vinegar chicken phase.
Oh, yeah?
Bro, that's
I was on a burger phase for a while where
So
I was
good.
just cranking the burger.
yeah.
And before that I was on like a piccata.
You got to go with
phase.
someone and do a split skis. Like
Yeah.
last time
The
we were there,
piccata-
it's like we're
yeah.
sharing. We're sharing.
I think right now I'm in my piccata era.
Yeah. And also
Coming
had
out of my vinegar chicken era.
I also had a eggplant parmera recently. That was
It's so good.
because
And
eggplant
it's a
parm
little-
is better than the chicken parm.
And it's a little lighter than like the chicken.
I feel like
or
the ribs are
chicken
underrated. They
ribs
still
are
have
amazing.
the ribs
I
are
just had the ribs the other
fantastic.
night. Ribs
I
are
got
great.
clowned when I got the ribs, and we had a whole group
Well,
dinner
because
there.
we all
great.
got burgers and some salads, and you're like, oh, have the ribs, please. I'm like, bro, you don't want to make it
You know,
8 burgers?
and guess what? They fucking slapped.
Have you had the
they're
wings?
amazing.
Have you had the wings yet?
Yeah.
Are they good?
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right. Say
All right.
say less. I
It's
will
work in progress.
Would you?
The sauce is amazing.
Mm.
The
They need
method with which they're cooked is
Are they
Like
wood
they're
fired?
grilled,
They're wood
right?
fired, right?
grilled.
Oh,
grilled.
okay.
They're grilled.
All right. So besides weeded Bernie's, what else is in the rotation?
Well, and just real quick, the consistent with all these orders is probably what, a frosty mug bud, right? Or no? What are you drinking when you go?
I really like that chilled red they have right
Oh,
now.
yeah?
Nice.
Surprisingly. Yeah,
with
that
the
chilled red,
I got a
Yeah.
bottle
Going
when I saw it
against
at the
type.
wine store.
it's
yeah.
really good.
With the 2 eyes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll drink that. I'll drink 2 bottles of that on a Friday.
They have it
night.
at Discovery.
It's really good. Or I'll do a Vesper. Or, just-
Okay.
Are you sitting at the bar guy or the table guy?
I'm gonna sit at the bar guy for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
I mean,
God.
it's summer, watch the Yankees. It's the best.
That
Right.
corner, that little corner section, whether
the
you're up
best.
against the wall or like kind
Corner-
of at the rounded
Corner
arrow. Like,
Yankees summer. It's the best. Smoke cigs outside. It's great.
all right. So what else is going on? Restaurant wise.
I'm going to regret this because I'm going to go there and it's going to be fucking slammed the next time. Or well, actually,
This is the curse of Big Wet, bro. You just got to own it.
the best Isan Thai that I have had in New York is this place called Playground.
Where's that?
It's in Elmhurst where all the Thai
Okay.
spots are. And
It's in like Bangkok Row.
I've been. It's actually not on that street. It's
Okay.
like right under the train. It's next to that place is Izakaya Fuku. I've been there 3 times in the last 2 weeks. It
Damn.
was out of control.
What's the must order?
It's all
Everything can't
it's
go wrong?
Literally all fire.
all misses.
It's
All hits, no misses.
All hits, no misses.
like your
It's-
albums, 17
Exactly.
bangers.
All bangers. It's like what's the place? Long Yai is like my favorite restaurant in the world, and that's in Miami. That's the Thai place.
Okay.
Calle Ocho in Miami. And it's like the closest thing to that I've ever had. It's
Good to
fucking
know.
incredible. So
Hmm.
Playground, insane.
Take notes, kids.
If you had to
Um,
pick one cuisine that you could only eat, would it be Thai?
Oh, but that's the thing. Like so much Thai is so just like pedestrian. That,
Well, like the American Thai food.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like so many, like it's good because the floor is high,
Mhm,
but it's also
right.
the ceiling is low. Like
Interesting.
I feel like Pad CU is just like always going to be pretty.
I guess
good.
in this dumb fucking game, it's like
Yeah.
you're in Thailand.
Oh, I'm in Thailand. Yeah, I mean, oh sure, I would do Thai. I mean, I like it. I like. Do pasta and pizza go together? Or is
Yes,
it too
it's
Yeah,
separate?
it's
yeah.
Italian.
So then, yeah, I'd probably do that. That's
Okay.
hard
All right.
not to do.
Boring.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, but
What's
it's
your-
not a wrong answer?
What's your go-to meal at home?
I cook a lot. I cook a lot of different shit.
What's the signature move?
There's
Like if you had
there's-
us over for dinner, what are you making?
I would make
Some big wet steaks.
I would do like sloppy steaks.
Yeah.
I would do probably like I like to make chicken adobo for people because a lot of people haven't had chicken adobo.
Oh,
And a lot of
nice.
people haven't had Filipino food and they haven't had that flavor,
Yeah.
that sour, sweet vinegar, soy, salt, coconut milk. Like
You want to be that
flavor
first
profile.
person that blows their
So
dick off.
yeah, so like just blows their dick off. And I've done that with like a few of my friends.
Blown a
It's like,
bunch of
whoa.
dicks off.
Yeah. Which Branch has blew my dick off with it the first
Right.
time. I was like, holy shit.
You tried to blow Pete's dick off, but it was too big. It's
Exactly.
like throwing a fucking grenade at a
Well, he doesn't
tank.
he's not a very adventurous eater.
Oh yeah.
What is he like? Chicken nuggets and candy?
Does that cause a wedge when you guys hang out? Because you're like, I'm trying to put you on, or
because I can dumb it. I can chef up. Like I can chef up a
Dinosaur
pomodoro.
nuggets?
I can
Is that
make a
why-
nice, a nice
yeah.
tomato?
Is that why
sauce.
he's always sitting courtside? He just wants MSG chicken tendies.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure those. I mean, those are great tendies.
they are
Those
really good
great
tendies.
Although they used to be better when they were Ranch One. They were so good.
Mm.
Straight Ranch One.
Yeah.
Crazy dude.
No, I know what you're saying, bro.
Big Wet. We talked about kind of like the cowboy fits, the boots, the belt buckle, the fucking 10-gallon Stetsons. Have you ever gone through a style phase where now, with the gift of hindsight, looking back, you really regret?
Yeah.
What was it? Were you like a fucking like city North
I
Face
don't know
kid?
if I regret. No, never. And I always drew the line between
With
them.
North
like Benny,
Faces?
like one of my best friends in the whole world, Benny Zooted.
Yeah, of course.
Yo, shout out fucking
What's
Benny
good
the
and why?
Broker.
Benny,
Benito.
yeah, fuck Benny Broker. You know about that beef? Oh, that's the best beef on the internet.
Wait,
There's a guy named Benny Broker.
I've seen his Instagram
and he's like,
handle, yeah.
I'm the real Benny Broker. And Benny's just like, you're a chump.
You ain't
And he
zooted,
posts
brother.
like,
no,
he
you're
posts,
Benny.
like, all
You're
these
Benny
bad-
Broker.
Yeah.
He'll post all these like bad sales, like
Benny Broke Boy.
for a, like literally Benny commented once, the guy posted like an apartment that he sold for like,
Oh, he's also based in New York City.
he's New York and Florida, like Palm Beach. It's like a back and forth. and he wears like this bright orange suit, and Benny just like plays him all the time.
Broker beef.
He'll be like, I didn't know they sold apartments to that much in New York. Like, it's fucking fire. But
Wait,
no,
so Benny, what? He wouldn't let you wear North? What?
No. So like, he was, like YK. They were the YKB, the young kid bosses. They were all very cool downtown friends kids who wore the North Face and stuff. And if they fucking came around the Great Lawn with the Uptown, we were just like, we didn't fuck with them. We did not fuck with them. We were kind of crunchy.
West Side Story type thing.
Yeah, we were kind of crunchy. I mean, dude, me and Benny like knew who each other were. We didn't know each other's names, but we like actively were like, I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy.
You were the biggest guy. He was the smallest guy.
Until like sophomore year of college, our two best friends.
How many cliff dives did Benny do?
Our two best friends were roommates at Bard. And we like met one weekend up there and we're like, I don't fuck with that guy. Even still like,
right.
I don't fuck with that guy.
Yo, Benny pulled up to
like,
bar.
On nothing.
Based on
geography.
No. So I saw him. This is why I hate him, because I saw him on the Great Lawn. They were doing like a photo shoot. I don't remember which one of those streets.
The young kid bosses.
It wasn't Reason, but it was like one of those.
Peg leg.
It was pre-peg leg, dude. It's like 2007. It was the one that had Nas's head and the Nike swooshes on it. I forgot the name of it. It wasn't Nom de Guerre. It was one of those old.
Definitely not Nom de Guerre.
That was before. I'm saying.
Was it Lola? No.
I don't. It lasted for like 2 T-shirts. I don't know. And it got cease and desisted immediately. But it was like Mikey Avedon and like Benny and these kids like taking pictures, and Benny's like posing for a picture with like a pack of Newports and like one sticking out. He's like this, and I was just like, oh fuck, I hate this kid. Meanwhile, I'm a fucking douchebag. We're playing frisbee,
right?
Like barefoot in our burg. Like we don't feel so. We're playing frisbee,
uptown shit.
Yeah, and like the frisbee goes over by them. And this is when the Great Lawn had the fence all the way around it. And there's only like 3 entrances. So like you might have to walk like 200 yards to get to an entrance, then get around. And the thing goes over, and I remember my friend just like, hey man. And Benny like looks at us and he just like looks at the frisbee. He's like all the way on the edge on the fence. And he just picks up the frisbee and just drops it over the other side.
What a dick.
Like so far from an exit. And I just like run over like, the fuck, dude? And that was like the start of me like, I don't like this kid. And then after the first time we hung out at Bard, when we both were like, I don't like this kid. I don't remember who hit who up first, but like that week after, it was like, oh, you want to smoke some pot? Like I'm downtown. And
Did we just become best friends?
It wasn't even like that. It was more like reluctant. Like, like he's got weed. Like,
Peace
we'll
pipe.
smoke.
Peace pipe.
Not even like it was just like we were both.
You're dancing
begrudgingly.
You're dancing.
19,
You're dancing.
Like all of our friends are out of college. We're not in school.
Right.
We're living at home in the city, and we're like,
we got no one else to hang out.
And me and Benny literally became best friends in like a month. I spent probably 5 days a week with him for the next 5 years.
I can't imagine Benny's dude pulling up to Bard campus in a fucking like a steep tech or something.
Range Rover. He was like down around a Range Rover. Dude,
Benny's dude.
Benny is the goat, dude.
Dude, Benny's the king.
Wait, so what was the
I've
South
been to his
phase?
family's house in fucking Curacao. He's like one of my best friends in the whole world.
So what was the South phase that you personally went through that fucking
Oh,
sucked?
so I was
you weren't a North Face guy.
I was a bit of a prep.
Okay. Was it in high school?
And that was sort of against the grain because because my high school was like very Upper West Side, crunchy.
Yeah.
And I was like wearing like polo outlet, like
Rebel
with the horse on it, like
Chaps.
Oxfords and like khakis and like I would wear like a pair of loafers to school sometimes.
Damn.
And like
you were ahead of the curve, bro.
Did that, and I do regret it somewhat because it came off a little
try hard,
douchey and pretentious. I think, but
as prep tends to do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Big Wet, it is time to get into the next segment of the podcast.
There's actually one outfit that is the most fire now, but I got like
break it down for us.
I got like roasted and like cried in 3rd grade or 4th grade.
What was it?
I went to Old Navy. Mom was like, "You want like a back to school outfit?" And I would go to Old Navy, and there's a mannequin with blue like baby blue lens glasses and this like ombre like Carolina blue to navy sweater. It was
so the lenses kind of match the knit,
and I was
you wore the lenses to 3rd grade,
4th grade, and everyone was like,
"What the fuck is
like, this is dark." But like now, it was a very like Serbian DJ look,
Slavcore.
And now it's like very in like X Coast. Like that's who I looked like in 3rd grade.
You think you could bring that look back? Maybe
I could.
Yeah,
I could.
Seems like it would fit right into the zeitgeist.
I think I'd have to like do something wacky with my hair, but
high pony.
Yeah. Top knot.
Cut it. I'm down to cut it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
I've cut it before. I'm on the Propecia now. It's all good.
You and me both, brother.
Dude, it's the best thing of all time.
Has it killed your
Saved my
libido?
life. No.
That's
Is that a myth?
It's 1 in 100.
Yeah,
it's mental. It's mental.
If you're listening at home and you're going bald because you're afraid you're not going to get a boner,
you're an idiot.
You're going to be good.
You're an idiot.
Just
Also,
fucking
guess
save
what?
you got.
If it does make you stop having a boner, there's another pill for that you can get
dick pills
from the internet for 2 cents. So
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Well, this is a perfect segue into the
You
next
want to be
segment
bald?
of
You
the
want to be
podcast.
bald, or
The blue chew matches the knit, matches the lenses.
yeah,
baby.
exactly.
Perfect segue into the next segment.
Oh,
of the
yeah, let's
podcast.
go.
If I may. Daddies! Meats and cheeks.
Sucking and fucking.
Yeah.
Big Wet. Have you ever fucked your own music?
Don't lie to us now.
No.
Really?
No.
What about
Have
when
you
the
been
what about when the next album comes out? You got to give it the fuck
I'll
test.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try to
Have
make
you
that
been
happen.
tempted to fuck to maybe some unreleased stuff?
I mean, like I get horny when I listen to it, but I
That's how you know it's good.
usually I'm like driving, so I'm like getting all horny in the
And you're
car.
just beating off while driving?
just
It's very
jerking off while
dangerous.
driving. It's very dangerous.
Get that
Um,
pussy wet.
Not to my music. I've like had like a weird like experience like playing a fraternity where like a girl has like pulled me in from the stage to like tongue her down, and it's like full rock star scary. Like I'm 25.
Yeah.
Kids are 18. This feels weird. Like
Call
I
Rick and
could
Morty.
go to jail.
yeah.
Call Rick and Morty because my guy loves
in,
18 holes.
in Alabama.
Right,
Ooh.
sure.
In
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Like another place where, you know.
Yeah.
Well, if in Tuscaloosa, I don't think
I'm
they're.
telling Sam, like, tuck that fucking chain in. dude.
This is speaking of Pesci. This is my cousin Vinny, bro.
Yeah.
You
I
got
don't
to be
think in
careful.
Tuscaloosa they're that worried about the age of
Yeah,
consent.
you're white. So
No, they're not worried about the age of consent at all. I mean, it's dark over there.
Right.
It's
My
not the
word-
best. But on the other hand,
they keep
Birmingham,
it in the family.
you fly into Birmingham. Birmingham is a very cool town.
yeah,
It
It's
is.
very cool town.
underrated.
Very like it's like a blue pocket in this giant red
Right,
state.
right, right.
Great
It's like-
seafood.
in Birmingham.
Yeah.
What?
Be him, baby.
Really?
Yeah, they have some good seafood spots.
I believe you.
Like close to a
I had
body of
barbecue.
water?
I had like barbecue
Gulf?
the whole time I
Yeah.
was there,
Mm,
and I
true.
had great barbecue.
Okay, so what meal should the aspiring sex havers at home chef up when they have a potential fuck partner at the crib on the third date?
Yeah,
Can't go wrong with pasta.
yeah. Isn't that a little heavy for a fuck sesh?
I mean, if you're I mean, we're talking about like being a guy making dinner, like you control your own intake, like just
Your own
eat
destiny.
less. Yeah.
You can also make it light.
If that's an issue for you, which it is for me, you have learned at this point in your life.
too full to fuck.
Yeah, you know when that is and where that line is.
Make
You
it just make it
avoid
nice
that
and
line.
lemony. Don't fucking weigh it down.
Yeah,
with
like a lemon
sausage,
pasta,
right?
maybe
Yeah.
scampi.
Nah, I do a really nice mushroom pasta that has
Mm.
like a tablespoon of cream that's just like really fucking good.
Mm.
Do the cherry tomato, like
So
Sort
pasta,
of
maybe
Frank
a bottle of
method.
wine can't go wrong. Not just
Yeah.
simple.
Bernie's
Yeah.
chilled red.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Bottle of Nat Cool.
Big Wet. How much money do you make?
The thing is, like, I don't even know. I'm not keeping track. So
Not enough
yeah,
or too
I don't-
much?
Yeah, you
It's
comfortable?
never enough. It's never enough.
What are you whipping?
It's never enough. I have a whip, like an old whip that's been in my family for 10 years that I keep upstate because it is a convertible, but it doesn't have,
6-figure miles on that.
doesn't
bitch?
have, no, that's the thing. It's beautiful. It only has 60,000 miles on
Okay.
it. It's
Oh, nice.
from
Nice.
1987. But
Damn.
it doesn't have air conditioning. So
You need the top down at all times.
well, you need the top down and you need it to be between like 60 and 77 degrees because once it's 80, the black
Yeah.
interior with the sun becomes very
You
uncomfortable.
gotta thread the needle.
Yeah.
What's your largest revenue stream? Is it music?
Like this, it changes, man. It changes. Like music a couple years ago, but then like this last year, like my largest revenue stream was doing like this endorsement deal for Pete, like tracking down this company and sort of middlemanning it
And getting that Applebee's Bagelbees.
And yeah, Applebee's is a nice bag too. Touring is where you make the money in music now. So, and,
we gotta get you
and
back-
syncing. So yeah, I got to get the album out because I'm not going to be able to tour without more.
Right, we gotta get you back to Tuscaloosa.
Are you going to tour?
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, the plan is, maybe we'll do like a mini one in the fall, but the hope is to, hopefully get on tour.
Little litmus test.
What's been the
Yeah.
besides tonguing down co-eds at
It only happened one time.
Bama.
It was
Right.
but it was also like the moment where like Branch was like that was the coolest thing you've ever done. I was like,
yeah, goddamn right.
what's been like the craziest Big Wet like tour war story?
I mean, there's all kinds of dark ones, but
Anything that's past the
that's
statute
like-
of limitations?
yeah, like not even like that's bad, just like weird. Like we played this rich guy's birthday party in what the fuck? Tulsa.
Okay.
And his it's at the club where they had the PGA championship last year. It's at Short Hills or whatever the fuck
Okay.
it's called. It's literally like one of the dopest courses in the country.
Yeah.
His name's all over the fucking thing. Like their family,
Big boss.
we look it up. His family, like
They built the city.
no, they invented propane tanks or something. like
It's Hank
Still
Hill.
got that propane
like
money?
something crazy. And like they sold I looked it up on Wikipedia. Like the grandfather sold their company to whatever gas
Rockefeller.
company
Yeah.
in like the 60s for like $400 million. It's like something insane.
$400 billion in today's money.
We get to this golf club. It's the most beautiful clubhouse you've ever seen in your life. It's a party for like 40 people. They have
Right.
the entire thing rented out. And also Sam Branches, who booked the show because they were booking him to DJ, and then they asked if I could come too. Like didn't do the research on them. So when they asked him for the quote, he said a number that was just way too low.
They laughed at it.
They were like, sure.
Yeah, say less.
Of course. We'll fly you first.
Yeah,
Like we could have got them for 5x, 10x what the
Right,
normal quote was. But just seeing like that guy just loved Turn Up on the Weekend.
It was his favorite
It
song.
was his favorite song. And he just wanted us
Yeah.
there for his birthday.
Play it again.
And he just like sat there and like rocked out
Right.
while like all these other friends of his, these like fucking socialites of Tulsa are like,
Snooties.
what the fuck is going on? And he's rocking.
I mean,
Front
it's
row.
his birthday. He's going
It's
to
his
rock out
birthday.
if he
He's gonna
wants
do what he
to.
wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like the only white rapper that they could bring in.
Yeah.
Wait, they have
The only acceptable
his
rapper.
his
Exactly.
wife had she showed me a pilot for her reality show
Oh, fuck
that
yeah,
was
dude.
called Royalty but Oil,
Wow.
and it was genius. It should be like a Housewives of Tulsa. It should be.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
How was the pilot? Was it good? Did you
It was
option
really
it?
good.
Yeah.
I should go back and do
Yeah.
that.
That propane money long, dude.
Oh, it's the long dude.
That propane money gas.
The longest ever.
What's been the most baller meal you've ever had out? Because I know
Baller
you're like
meal?
you're not a snob, but like what's the craziest thing
I've
you've ever
done. I mean, I've done Blue Hill.
Yeah.
A couple times, a few times.
Canceled.
Yeah, I did. I did French Laundry canceled.
Maybe
Big wet curse.
Yeah, I'm cursing them.
Yeah, you're the kiss of death.
Oscar canceled. No,
Spotted
I did.
pig.
I think the most baller
Italy.
was probably was when I did French Laundry. So when
Yeah.
I did French Laundry, my dad's a journalist, and he had done a piece with Thomas Keller. He actually put Thomas Keller on TV like in the late 80s, like as like a before chefs really went on like morning news
Right,
to
right.
do
To be
cooking
chefs.
segments.
Your
Like,
parents
that
are
was really
journalists, we should say.
good. My mom's sportscaster. I don't know if you call that journalist. I guess that's journalist. And my dad was an anchor and a reporter forever. But he had like done a thing with him and had put him on TV forever. So like he took care of us when we got there, and we were there for like.
Was it free? Was it a
6
free meal?
I don't know about that. I doubt that, but it was we did we did more than one dinner. We
Yeah.
did like two.
Got to try.
You did lunch and dinner.
We did like both menus, and like then like went
Fire.
to the kitchen. Like he was like, "This is a hit from back in the day." Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Cigar break. Like
Ooh.
and then
Money.
my dad. Someone died.
Like in the meal.
So, no,
Dinner?
someone famous died, and my dad had to leave.
Oh.
Like that
Oh.
night. So I was just like in Napa, like it was like a father son like weekend. And I was just like in Napa then alone for like a day. So I was just like smoking weed,
Damn, just hit the vineyards.
hanging around. Yeah, it's fucking great.
I want to know who died because they ruined a fucking
forget
beautiful
who it
bonding
was.
It was
Who was
Obama. Osama.
No, it was it
Obama.
might,
Obama.
like it literally
Was it
could have been
Osama bin Laden?
It
Yeah.
might have
Saddam
been that.
Hussein or
I
some
remember
shit?
the day when Princess Diana died. My dad like left vacation.
Got to clock
Really?
in.
He was just like, I gotta go report
Yeah.
on this.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Princess died. Deaded.
yeah.
Big Wet, thank you for coming on to the only podcast that matters. Before we get you out of here,
Yep.
and maybe head to Bernie, I don't know. Before we get you out of here, we would love to offer up some constructive criticism, because even though you got big things coming, the album, the movie, You're fucking killing it with just like being friends with famous people.
Sure, yeah.
We would love to see
Professional jock sniffer.
we would,
Yeah, for real.
we would love to see you do even better. And so if we may, we'd love to offer up some constructive criticism.
Yes,
take it or leave
please.
it. I highly suggest you take it.
Please.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned that you are eventually going to go on tour when this album drops. Have Throwing Fits, the only podcast that matters, open up for the Big Wet Circus.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah?
We're available.
Yeah.
By the way,
Just doing live. Doing live pod.
we have
open.
nothing going on. We're available.
A live pod opening act.
Just like with, we'll do a 20-minute, tight 20 with you. Then you come on and rock out.
So it's more like an evening with Andy and Anderson.
Yeah, exactly.
And less like a
100%,
party rock.
That's
Big
exactly
Big
what
Wet's
it is.
wettest friends.
Yeah, sure.
We'll set
That
the
sounds
bar
good, yeah.
so low out the gate that like it doesn't
Exactly.
even matter how well you do. It's going to be
Hell
a
yeah.
better time than us.
Okay.
Also, can you get us Pete Davidson on podcast?
Yeah, we need that.
I mean, I can always ask.
I think Amucci texted his manager.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's like, let me text the manager before I text Big P himself.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyway, if
He's
it's
not
a
really doing a lot of
if it's a bi-coastal two-pronged attack.
There's no.
We'll
press,
take a
but
2-hour Uber to Staten if we have to. We'll hit Shaolin. Whatever needs to
I
be
will-
done.
He's not
will
there
be
anymore.
done.
I will inquire.
Or wherever
Okay.
the fuck he is.
I'm gonna.
Thank
We'll meet him in Philadelphia.
I'm gonna say it's
Yeah.
probably a no.
Yeah.
But I will ask.
Closed mouth doesn't get fed.
Yes. No. I will ask.
Listen, dude. I mean, this one's easy. If we can't make all that other stuff happen, at the very least, bro, have us out on the pontoon boat and let's have a fucking
Oh yeah,
day.
it would have been
I
great
want to drink, Nooners with floaters with Mom, Dukes.
Exactly.
Dude. Let's do it.
When's
yeah.
when's boat launch day?
Yeah.
I think
When does the season start?
Well, that's the thing. It's so like cold later in the year
Yeah,
now
it's a
because the
bummer.
seasons have kind of shifted. Like we
Yeah.
have this, Indian summer that goes until November every year, and then
Mhm.
it stays cold through March. So, I mean, like I think once
Indigenous
it's
Peoples Summer.
like, right, sorry. I think that it'll probably be like April this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just
April-
have to. You need like a week that it's like it's not going to be frozen because if it goes in
Yeah.
and then the lake freezes, it's like all fucked.
And I
up.
feel like there's so many more weird guys to talk about. We should pod from the pontoon.
yeah.
Because
It's
I
great.
feel like
let's
there's a
invite-
lot. You had a lot more weird guy shit that
Oh,
you
we
wanted
haven't
to share.
Let's
Any
invite
of
some
them.
weird guys out on that pontoon
Yeah.
day.
Chris the hobby guy has a pontoon boat of his own.
Oh,
Are you a
yeah?
Mikey Miles fan?
Go do
He's my
his.
favorite weird guy. Mikey Miles.
which one's that?
He's like an actor that's in New York.
Oh, I mean, I'm into
he's-
the weird old
he's the-
actors
he's
I
the
follow. I follow.
I mean, this guy's not successful at all, by the way.
I like
I'll
none of
send
these
you.
people are successful.
Wait, what's Cuz Gang's name? Joey Buttafuoco?
David Bongioschi.
David Pontiac. Let's
I think
get
his
him.
sister has like a very, I don't know about popping, but like a real jewelry business and
Okay.
like is a normal person.
Lorraine Schwartz.
Yeah.
Like it's called like Lydia Bongiasca Jewelry or something.
Yeah.
It exists, but like they're not in touch. I don't think. I mean, I don't know if he's alive or dead. I hope he's alive.
Fingers crossed.
Hope
if
he's doing well.
someone has his current Instagram and knows what I'm talking about,
Hit
please
him up.
Bang Big
send it to
West
him. But like, you guys know Urban in LA?
No.
Urban, URBYN.
No.
He's a fucking legend. Hot Fire, 1-800 Hot Fire. He's the best ever.
We're gonna
He's
talk
a
about.
poly homie.
Yeah.
He's not a weird guy.
Oh, he's a normal guy.
contemporary cool guy.
Okay.
He fucking was like sending me videos one time. He was at like the like Rams Raiders game, and he's just like, oh my god, dude.
Cuz
He's like
Gang
zooming in from like 7 sections away, like I'm Cuz Gang, like shirtless,
Right.
getting escorted out of the game because he's taking his shirt off in the stadium. Dude,
Hell yeah.
Cuz is number one.
Fire. All right. Well, Big Wet, again, thank you for coming
We
on.
appreciate your time.
Thanks for
buddy.
having me, guys.
Where can the kids follow you?
Yeah. What do you want?
Instagram at Big Wet. I started a TikTok for Applebee's, but after the term on that deal runs out, I'll probably be getting rid of it.
Oh.
But if I decide to start making TikToks and you want to follow, I think it's at Big Wet Official.
It's good for your career. You mentioned that.
I know I
earlier.
gotta
Yeah.
do it. It's just
Yeah,
like
bro,
I don't
come on.
want. It's just like when we do become annexed into the People's Republic
Yeah.
of China, like I don't want them to already have all the
yeah.
info. But I don't
That's fair. I get it.
And what do you want to plug?
know.
New music coming soon.
Yeah, new music coming soon,
Bangers
and
only.
just fucking
catch him at Bernie's watching the Yankees.
Catch me at Bernie's
having a
watching
cold
the
one,
Yankees,
slamming some vinegar chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Go
All
to
right, Big
Weeded. Weeded's great.
Weeded's go to
best.
Yeah.
Big Wet, thank you for coming on.
Thanks,
throwing
Thanks
buddy.
for having me,
Appreciate
guys.
you, man.
Jeff,
A lot of
take
fun.
us out.